We started out last time by carving up the obsidian dragon?
Smoke. Yeah, I think you had just carved him up.
Smoke dragon.
Yeah,
okay.
Smoke dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Then we started inspecting those rooms, those reading rooms. There was the first room, the one labeled number 1. We found a bunch of goodies left by the Priest of Helm, a couple of ion stones. We fought all kinds of stuff in the neighboring rooms. There was a big skin monster.
Poor carrots.
Yeah.
Also, poor management by the DM.
What do you mean?
Oh, because I didn't get a save.
Yeah, it didn't have the traditional format of the monster written out. It only said at the very, very last sentence, and usually it's the first thing it says is when you can escape this DC.
Gotcha. So we found a bunch of books. One of them was giant and bound in marble. One of them had a dwarf girl's face on it, and it was still aware. And then we found the journal of this crazed king named Biblios. Yes, we pretty much checked all the rooms, and then we entered the Great Hearth. I got turned into an owl. Terrence got turned into a rat. And a ghost violinist tried to charm Quincy. It didn't work, and that's where we stopped.
Yeah, so let's roll initiative.
Oh boy.
I don't think we really need a map for this. I don't think we do.
I have rolled a nat 20.
Yeah.
Because I think Ballstar went to go investigate and saw the owl and the rat.
I'm ready to kick this owl's ass. I remember that's the last thing I was gonna do. I'm gonna smack that owl if it gets close to me.
Okay. Okay.
Initiative, I got a 9. Ballstar got a 9.
Ballstar got a 9. Quincy, what'd you get?
12.
Alan Greenspan.
29.
Jesus. And Big T.
16.
16. All right. So currently, Quincy has just noticed this strange-looking ghost. It looks like almost. It looks like a small gnome figure, just kind of hovering above the ground, just by a couple inches. Just feet kind of dangling limply, like a black shadowy form. Looks like a gnome, big, large gnomish eyes, hair just all the way in front. It's hard to see any sort of facial features. And she's carrying a broken violin in one hand and a bow in the other, just limply. I tried to play some music at him. But he was like, nope, fuck that. He's a couple aisles away in this library. And the Great Hearth, it's all just kind of large swaths of different faced sections. There's a biography section, which is the one that you're in right now. There's a how-to section. That's what it was. You guys went to the how-to. There's a biography section. But just imagine there's no other defining features except for the Great Hearth when you first entered, which is this giant blue fireplace with this crackling white fire with couches kind of surrounding it. You'd assume for people to sit and read or relax. But you guys are farther into this Great Hearth where there's just stacks of perpendicular faced bookshelves. So that's kind of setting the scene. In the how-to section, right now, there's paper just strewn everywhere. There's a lot of books that are just ripped open. There are quite a few gaps on all the shelves, but outside of the how-to section, it seems like the bookshelves are pretty well stocked. So you can kind of get something in your mind's eye. We'll start off with Alan Greenspan, who's an owl. You immediately see a rat, and instincts instincts kick in. I think before we started initiative, I think Terrence just wanted to roll a hide really quick, like in the papers and stuff. I don't remember what that was, so go ahead and re-roll that hide.
Alright. A natural 1.
Oh, that's not bad. You end up trying to bury yourself in a whole bunch of papers that are strewn across the floor, completely covering the bare stone floor. All you do is just make a lot of sound. Immediately, the owl's head turns and fixates exactly where you are. Alan, what you doing?
So, yeah, it gets my attention. I try to dive bomb. But what about the surrounding area? Is it just a pile of papers and I see movement and noise?
Yeah, I don't think you. Well, he rolled a natural 1, so no, you see him. Like, it's a large fat rat on top of some bright white paper. I think you see him just immediately.
Okay. What about other figures? Am I concerned for my own survival?
You are, yeah. You don't. In this instance, you don't really. I think you still retain the polymorph. You still retain the intelligence. Is that how the polymorph spell works?
No.
No.
If you shape change, you retain your mental stats, but not if you polymorph.
Yeah. So it's pure instinct for you, buddy.
All right, yeah, dive bomb.
All right. I don't have. Okay, let's put the. I mean, Owl's gonna have a higher wisdom, right? But the rat's gonna have a higher dexterity. So I'll give like the rat. Is there like stats for just a regular like rat? I think all I was able to find is like dire rat. Let's see.
Yeah, there's a
I sent
stats
a
for
picture
that.
of Terrence into the group text.
I just got it.
Yeah, I have the rat stats here. What do you want? The rat stats.
Cool. I was just looking for his AC.
Oh, 10.
10? Okay. What about the owl?
Yep. Dexterity +1.
Okay. So if he was gonna hit, he doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. If he flies out of the enemy's reach, the owl has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or sight, and he has a +3 to hit. 1d1 slashing damage. So if you're gonna dive bomb.
So
Yeah.
regular attack +3.
3 to your attack roll.
7.
Doesn't hit.
Give it me.
Just manages to hit.
Give it me.
Terrence, it's your turn. You're in the middle. There's not a lot of places to hide. I mean, there's a whole bunch of paper and stuff. But what do you want to do?
Do I have a red attack?
Rat attack?
Yeah, but I imagine he like flew down and tried to catch you, and then like flew back up. Let me see if I can find Rat.
Okay, so he like made a swipe and he missed.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to hide. Again.
Okay, so the rat has AC 10, 1 hit point. You have a +0 to hit, 1d1 piercing damage. But you do have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on smell.
Oh, did you say a 1d1?
1 damage.
Yeah.
That's a. So is this a? Oh, is it a coin?
1 hit point.
No, it's just 1 damage, period.
Okay.
Man, it's a good thing.
The owl does 1 hit point as well.
I want to know, what does this rat smell?
You smell a whole bunch of moldy ass books.
Yeah.
You can smell some ozone coming from the hearth that's up to the north, that blue marble hearth. There's probably a lot of places to hide. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of gaps in this area among the bookcases and such. And I think you can climb. You got claws and stuff.
I'm looking for a small place to wedge myself.
Okay, roll perception check. Without advantage, unfortunately.
Okay, the roll is 18. I don't know if I have a.
Okay. You see inside one of the nearby bookcases, there are a couple of books on the very, very bottom shelf that have been punched out and like torn open and spread across the floor. But it gives you a little bit of a buffer as you have like book on one side, and at least cover up above. It's about 3 inches off the ground, the bottom shelf of the bookcase, but it's better than being out in the middle of the open.
Alright, I'm gonna go hide there.
Okay, roll a stealth check. Let's see. Your dex is +0.
Wait, that's a 9.
Okay, a 9. It's gonna take us to Quincy. Quincy, you got this big or this small creepy ass ghost coming at you. What do you do?
Okay. I'm going to.
Oh, you're the guy to deal with ghosts.
I'm gonna just do a. What the hell's it called? Sacred Flame. That's right. So he's gonna make a dex saving throw.
A what? A what saving throw?
Dexterity.
That is a 14.
That is a fail. Wow, double ones. And a 2.
Wow.
4 damage.
Oh my god.
Radiant.
So, but he's lit up now?
Nope.
Let's see.
What's the one that lights him up?
Guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt.
You do the radiant damage. It doesn't seem to have any sort of extra effect, but you do 4 damage to it.
Oh yeah.
Its turn is next. It goes invisible.
Shut up.
Immediately, its form just dissipates. You throw something out, it kind of shrieks, and then just immediately goes invisible. You can still kind of hear that music. Not as intense as the first time you heard it, but it's still going on, this strange, sorrowful violin song.
Did you say it was the ghost of a dwarf?
No.
It's a gnome.
No.
Little guy.
Then it's going to be...
This is the gnome that the king was writing about.
It's going to be Ballstar's turn next.
Okay, what do I see? Do I see Quincy dancing with the ghost?
I don't really know where... I don't know if you know exactly where they are. You're kind of lost in this maze of bookshelves right now. They said they're going to head to the how-to section. And you're like, oh, okay. You see a wooden sign hanging over a cluster of bookshelves that say how-to. But you don't hear them. You hear an owl screech and a whole bunch of scurrying. And then behind you, a couple bookcases away, you can't see. You do see a bright flash of light. Quincy casting something.
Okay.
So, like, you hear a screech in one direction, and you see a bright flash of light that you know is one of Quincy's spells.
I'm gonna run towards Quincy then. I got 25 feet. If that'll get me there.
Yeah, easily. You show up next to Quincy, and there's nothing around him.
Where is he?
He was just here.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, fairy fire.
Oh, that's what I thought you did. Because that lights him up too, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's an area effect, I think. Shit, where the hell is it? Oh, wrong page. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, yeah, I'll light up a fairy fire. It's gonna be a dex saving throw in a 20-foot cube.
20-foot cube. Okay. You don't know where to throw it.
I'm just gonna throw it on Quincy, I guess.
Okay, on Quincy?
Yeah, the area that Quincy's in. Yeah,
Okay, does it hit Quincy?
it hits everyone inside it.
Okay, so Quincy, roll a dex saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, 20.
Nice. That's a save.
There's this huge explosion of glitter. Quincy manages to kind of like duck his head and not really get hit by most of it. Nothing else around there gets hit.
Did it teleport?
I don't know.
Alright, that's my turn.
All right, top of the round to Alan Greenspan.
So I just missed on a dive bomb. Can I find a perch somewhere? I don't know.
This library is nothing but perches. There's a whole bunch of wooden signs hanging on that are like bolted to the ceiling. There's all of these bookcases that are like 15, 20 feet tall.
Okay, I'll find a hanging sign that's kind of in the path of where I was swooping up.
Okay. You perch on top of the how-to sign.
Okay, and then I wanted to turn around and do a perception.
Go for it. You get advantage. What was your stealth, Chris?
9.
9.
With advantage, I got a 3.
What's your bonus though? We got.
That sucks. You don't see anything. I'd say
Okay.
that's probably a
He's an
a
owl.
bonus
That's right.
action. I don't know if that's a full action. I wouldn't say it's a full action.
So
Yeah, no, it's not a full action. It's like we'll use it as a bonus action.
Okay, so I see nothing from the current perch. How much movement do you think I have left?
Does the owl have?
Yeah.
The owl has fly 60 feet.
Alright, I'd like to kind of fly the opposite direction, say 25 feet, and just perch on a bookcase or something.
Okay. Cool. Terrence.
So I'm in a bookshelf right now.
Yep.
Okay. I guess I'll just do a perception check to see if there's like a passageway in the back, like between books, or a crack that I can slither through.
Yeah, sure.
That's 18 again.
18. From where you are, you're kind of in the middle of the stack area. You're not really near any outside walls that you can currently see. I'd say all around are bookshelves with small holes in them. Some of them higher levels. Not all of them are going to be bottom. You have multiple different directions you can go. But I will say eventually you're going to reach some bookcases that aren't going to have holes that you can slip into. What do you want to do as a rat? I'm trying not to give you as many rules. Just tell me what you want to do.
I want to slip in between a couple of bookcases and just be far away from where an owl can reach its little claws in.
Okay. Like, do you want to hide like in a bookcase? Like, knock a like. Give me a little bit more detail.
Kind of like behind it.
Behind the bookcase.
Yeah, like in a wall, basically.
Okay, like you're kind of in the middle of the stack, so like all these bookcases have aisles around them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You have to make your way to like one side or the other to reach like a wall.
Okay. I want to be away from like any opening that the owl could like poke its head in and start clawing around. So I want to just kind of get in a nook.
Okay. Try to find another nook. Roll another stealth check.
3 18s in a row.
God damn. All right. You guys are going to be an owl and a rat for a long time. That's going to take us to Quincy.
Okay. I am. Okay, I'm just gonna cast Word of Radiance. Each creature of your choice in a 5-foot radius must make a Constitution saving throw. So, if
You have to be able to see.
if he's within 5 feet of me,
Okay. You throw it out. It fizzles. Nothing happens.
dang it! I just sit down.
Okay.
I don't think he's here, man.
Maybe I'm just seeing things.
Next up is the Creeping Lurk's turn. Ballstar, I need you to roll me a Wisdom saving throw.
Thank God for gnomes. 19?
19 is a success.
Okay.
Immediately, as soon as that happens, you see through a couple of bookcase like gaps. You just see like these dead fucking eyes come through. Like it can see you through these different like gaps in the bookcases, a couple aisles away,
Oh God.
and you start hearing this song, but you manage to shake it off. It just kind of it rears back. And its mouth just opens just way too wide, just revealing this like open void, and then
Gone somewhere else.
yeah.
Alright.
Then it's gonna be Ballstar's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna transform into an elephant and just fucking charge as hard as I can through the books in that direction.
Awesome. There's just loud crashing. Immediately, bookcases just part as soon as your form like gets into an elephant, and you just charge towards it. What's an elephant's moving speed?
I think it's 40. Let me double check. I'm getting so organized with my stuff. Let's see here. 40 feet, yes.
Okay. Does he have a trample ability?
There's a trampling charge. If I move 20 feet towards the creature, then I can do that attack.
Do the attack.
Okay, sweet. Oh, no. 13 to hit.
13. It's actually a hit.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Alright, hell yeah.
Yeah. You can't see, you know which direction generally it went, and you just explode all these bookcases all around. You eventually hear a the bookcase just tramples on this thing, and you just step on it and squish.
Oh my god.
Squeeze.
Ooh, that's a good damage roll. Holy shit. That's gonna be 28 damage.
28.
Yeah, I rolled
Wow.
2 8s and a 7.
God damn. All right, yeah. You just see this like flickering
Wait.
shadow underneath a series of bookcases that you're standing on.
Yeah.
Hold
Hold
you
on.
can see.
I'm sorry, then you gotta make a DC 12 strength save.
Okay. Yeah, no, you failed.
Okay, sweet. So I get another attack. I'm gonna stomp you now. Okay, that's a not natural 20. Damage is going to... Holy shit.
Oh, that's a hit. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's 21 damage for the stomp.
Oh my god.
Holy
Damn.
shit.
50 damage.
And he's prone.
Elephants are boss. Why haven't you used an elephant yet?
Yeah, well, it's challenge level 4, so I've only been able to do it at level 12.
Yeah, you see it and then just break through one big elephant feet through the bookcase and smash it right where it is. It discorporates for a second. The shadows just kind of separate and then it just molds back together around the foot. Kind of wriggles out. You definitely did the damage, but
Nice.
still there. Okay. Let's see. From the corner of the room, the far, far corner, you hear just this terrifying shriek. Just shriek out. You hear movement coming from that direction, but you know it's the opposite end from where you guys are, the southern, like western section. That'll take us to the top. Alan Greenspan.
So, I must have heard a bunch of bookcases just explode.
And scene, probably.
Is that anywhere near me?
It's to the north of you, like maybe 30, 40 feet.
Alright, so that's distracting. I'll just perception again from the bookcase where I'm at.
Okay.
I rolled a 6. Oh wait, but
Oof.
is that an advantage?
Yeah, you have advantage on
I rolled a 7.
it. You still don't see any rats. You see a whole bunch going on, but no rats. You take any sort of action?
Yeah, I'm gonna relocate again.
Okay. Get to another bookcase, try to look around for a meal. Terrence. You seem to be unspotted from where you're at right now.
Yeah. I feel like I should roll Constitution if all of the vibration and noise and commotion makes me like dart away and like leave my hole.
Like scares you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
'Cause otherwise, I would. Oh, that's a natural 20.
You're fine. You just paralyzed.
His mouth.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there.
Okay. Quincy.
Okay.
All of a sudden, there's a huge, just like, trail. And as a matter of fact, bookcases are dominoing effect on the north side. There's still bookcases that are just making tons of noise.
Guess I'll just head towards the elephant.
Okay. You gotta climb over bookcases. I'm saying probably a lot of it's gonna be
Gimli,
difficult terrain.
Gimliing it right now.
Okay. So what do you make it? 15 or 10 feet if it's difficult terrain?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Okay.
need to ride me.
You get about 10 feet. It's a move action. You got an action? Or you get a
I'm
double?
just gonna double move.
Okay. Well, he went 40 feet, so you're about halfway to the elephant. That's gonna be Creeping Lurk's turn. The Creeping Lurk, that's underneath the bookcase currently. You see it turn more transparent, float through the bookcase, and then go invisible again. That's gonna be Ballstar.
I'm gonna look around really quick, not see him, and then I'm gonna go over to Quincy, grab him with my trunk, kind of give him a tug if he wants to go. Do you want to get up there?
Yeah.
Alright, and I whip him up, throw him on my back, and I'm just gonna charge in a random direction looking for him.
Okay, roll a d8.
Cool. 1.
You charge north towards the hearth. more bookcases just destroyed. Nothing else happens. You manage to make your way. You make a clear path from the middle to the hearth at the the northern section of this this room.
Could I get a perception check?
Sure.
Okay, and then that'll be my whole turn. That's good. 27.
27. Directly to the south, even with the... You don't have the best sight in the darkness that's here, because only light's coming from that white fireplace behind you.
Sure.
But that white fireplace, with your shadow, you see something large vaulting over bookcases at a incredible speed towards you.
I'm just gonna turn to face that
Something
direction.
very long, large, and thick.
I'm just gonna face that direction, kind of hunker, and that's my turn.
All right. All of a sudden, bursting out from the top of the southernmost bookcase that's not been knocked over is this huge snake. It's maybe about 30 feet long. The biggest around, it's about maybe 5 feet wide at its widest.
Wow.
However, at the very, very tip of where like a snake head would be, there's this large, like humanoid face. Where there would normally be like regular teeth, they're all serrated and shark-like. Its eyes are split like a cat. It's pale, and it looks like it has this silvery, wispy hair that's just like floating around it.
We
it
read about
comes
this
into the
thing.
light. What?
We read about this thing, didn't we? In the previous reading rooms we were in, didn't somebody's journal or something talk about this?
Yeah,
Yes.
the poor girl that was
That's
her
right. That's
body
right.
was turned into a flesh sphere. She told you that the library was attacked by an army of Naga.
Oh.
And this thing looks like a Naga, but it looks real sick. But it's charging. You see it just bound over a bookcase. Its whole body doesn't even clear it. It has to sit and coil. You hear it just go, "Nine! You will not take it!" And it's going to cast a spell at you.
Yay.
All of a sudden, in a 60-foot diameter all around you, 20 feet high and 5 feet thick, a wall of whirling, semi-transparent blades just completely surround you. And 20 feet high is pretty much all the way up to the ceiling.
Yeah. It's like, is it not the entire room?
60 feet? It's not quite the entire room.
Okay.
But 60 feet. Yeah. So you're pretty much trapped in this ring of translucent blades. You see all of the bookcases that are caught in this ring just explode into shreds. Paper flying everywhere. That's its turn. It's about 40 feet away from you. That's the top of Alan Greenspan.
Am I inside of a circle of blades?
Yes.
They don't go right to the ceiling?
They go all the way up to the ceiling.
Oh, shoot.
Pretty much blocking any sort of way of exiting.
Alright, well that's gonna spook me. How close to the edge of it am I?
You say you went in a direction. You can be wherever you want. If you want to be near an edge, you can be. You said you just moved. Do you want to be close to the edge, or do you want to be closer to the center? Where do you want to be?
Well,
You
I'm
get 60
thinking,
feet fly movement, so you can go wherever you want.
Yeah. My concern was that if a bookshelf near me just blew up, I'm gonna get spooked and go kind of toward the middle of the ring. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna move away from the daggers. Find maybe another sign to perch on.
Okay. You find another sign. This one's a lot closer to that spirit naga thing. You know, as an owl, that thing is a lot bigger, and you should probably not be seen by it.
Right.
Any action?
Fly silently.
Okay. Did you want to do a perception or anything?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
Rolled 15.
Nope. Still don't see anything. Terrence.
Terrence is just gonna roll to see if he stays or if he gets spooked. 18 again.
What?
So you gonna stay?
The past
Yeah.
5 rolls have been 4 18s and 1 natural 20.
Yep.
That's a badass mouse. Deal with it. Quincy, about
Okay.
40 feet away is this giant fucking snake human head naga thing.
Can I? Oh, I can see it. So, is it behind the wall from me?
No, it's just crested the edge of the destruction the elephant made. So there's kind of like this aisle of destruction
Okay.
that the elephant charged through, and it's at the very
Okay.
end of this aisle.
I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
Ooh,
Naga?
that's a 24.
20 is a hit.
Sweet. 13 radiant damage.
13 radiant damage. All right. You throw, and next person to hit it has advantage. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Cool. Throw out this white translucent bolt and hits it, and it just lights up in the darkness. Easy to see. Creep's turn. Elephant.
Hmm?
Cocked. What's your AC?
Pretty low. 12.
Okay. With a 13, you feel this incredibly cold touch right on your butt.
Whew. Got an unchill touch.
That's 14 necrotic damage and reduce your maximum HP by that amount.
14. Okay.
As you turn around and the ghost has just like put its hand all the way through your flank. As the flesh around like the gray skin just begins to necrotize. You can see it though now. Balsnar.
Okay.
You got a big snake thing in front of you, and behind you, you got a ghost thing.
Where? Okay, so where is the ghost thing in relation to me?
Directly behind you, touching your butt.
That's right.
The snake thing is about 40 feet ahead of you.
And what's the knife situation? The air
Knife?
knives, flying knives everywhere.
Oh, maybe if that's 40, 20 feet behind you is the edge of the blade barrier. There's like just one aisle of destroyed bookshelves,
Yeah.
and then beyond that is just like, regular bookshelves. Although a lot of them have been knocked over and everything. So the whole northern section of this whole room is pretty clear vision.
I think I'm gonna go for the Naga. I'm gonna charge him, hit him. Ugh. That is a advantage because guiding bolt.
Yep.
I got a 3 and a 4.
Oh no.
It's like 11 to hit, 12 to
Yeah,
hit.
it misses. You try to hit it, but it just coils itself and gets about 5 feet away as you slam to the bookshelf that it was right next to. That bookshelf starts another domino effect and begins to hit bookshelves in the southern section.
Alright, that's my turn.
Alright, Naga's turn. The Naga with you up in its face, it's going to spit poison at you.
Cool.
That is 25 versus your AC.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy. I need the online dice roller for this one. "56 poison damage.
Holy
Oh
shit.
God.
Whoa. Is there any kind of save or anything? Or just.
Well, you take 56 poison damage.
Okay.
And then you have to make a saving. Oh, I'm sorry. It's weird. It's worded weird again. So, roll a Constitution.
Okay.
Success 56. Failure. what?
That's a fail and a half. So 56?
56 poison.
Cool.
It's then going to move. Actually, seeing with your trample thing, it's going to stay right next to you. Yeah, it's going to stay where it is. It's going to bring us to the top. Alan Greenspan. Owl Greenspan.
Damn. So the snake spits acid.
And
Poison.
can cast high-level cleric spells.
What'd you say?
And can cast high-level cleric spells.
Hit me with,
Blade Barrier is like a level 6 cleric spell.
Oh.
hit me with poison.
I think I'm just gonna stay out of the way.
Alright, you gonna roll perception?
No, I think my concern is being hidden.
Okay. Do you want to roll stealth?
Yeah. I rolled 17.
Okay. Owl Greenspan hides. What about Terrat?
Is my shelf intact?
Ooh. Let's roll for it. 1 through 10 intact. It's cocked. I rolled 16. That bookshelf you're hiding under is utterly destroyed. Or it's been tipped over at least.
Yeah.
But with all of the bookshelves around that are currently like down, you have tons of places to hide now.
Right.
Although, roll a dex saving throw. See if you get crushed.
9.
9? Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I think the bookshelf, you try to scramble out as you feel your bookshelf being your tilt, and you get caught just in between the very corner where it intersects, and it just completely splats you. With your 1 hit point, the rat is completely dead. However, once the rat dies, there's a puff of green smoke, and you are currently Terrence, pinned under a bookshelf.
Alright.
So that's Terrence's turn. Let's go to Quincy.
Okay. So I'm mounting Ballstar right now.
Right in front of the Naga.
Naga's there too, so yeah, I'll just swing at him with my sword. First one is a natural 1.
Oof.
And then a 25.
Nice.
With the natural 1, the natural 1 doesn't hit. What'd you say, 25?
Yeah, 25 to hit.
Yeah, 25 hits.
Who was that?
This is a whiskey that never sold at the liquor store. It was on the discount shelf for like 3 years when I first started at that fucking liquor store. This got put on the discount shelf. It was on discount for $26.49. I think normally it was like a $30 bottle. It's a honey. I thought it was. It's misleading because it says from the makers of Texas Silver Star whiskey, which is a decent whiskey, but this is like Silver Star Texas honey. Texas honey. I thought it was honey whiskey. It's just a honey liqueur.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's not my favorite, but it was free, and it's still 35% alcohol, so it gets the job done. But it's sticky sweet. I hate it.
Oh yeah.
And I also have the coolest shot glass in the world, thanks to Dan Aykroyd.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
It's a crystal skull.
That's awesome.
What was the damage for the sword strike?
15.
15. Alright, 28 damage to the Naga. Anything else? You gonna move, get off, or stay where you are?
I'm looking low on hit points.
There I am.
Okay. That's gonna bring us to the
As an
breathing work.
elephant, I mean.
I think it's gonna go for Quincy again. Quincy, roll a wisdom saving throw. Although I know you're really good at them, but it's gonna take its chances.
Oh, that's not good. 13.
13? That is a fail. You begin hearing that fucking song again. You are paralyzed upon failure. You take 3 psychic damage. You're saving throw at the beginning of every subsequent turn, but you still take 1d4 psychic damage at the beginning of each of your turns. But you are paralyzed.
Okay.
It does make itself noticeable. It's you charged forward 40 feet, so it's 40 feet behind. Or no, it got up within 30, so it's 30 feet behind the elephant at this point. That'll bring us to Ballstar.
I'm going to. Little Fool is visible now, right? Gnome Ghost?
Yeah, behind you. You got a Naga to your left and a Ghost behind you.
How far away is he behind me?
30 feet.
Alright, I'm going to charge the gnome.
Charge the Ghost.
Yeah. That opportunity attack from Naga?
Yep. It bites with a 14.
That
Does
hits.
that hit? Oh, fuck.
What's that? What on earth is happening?
So that's 8 piercing damage, 61 poison.
Wait, don't I get to save?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you get the Constitution.
Wait, do they get multiple attacks on me for opportunity attacks?
No, it's the bite. It's like 1d8 poison damage, or 1d8 piercing, plus all this
Gotcha.
ridiculous poison.
Okay, understand. Oh, 21.
Nice, so you only take 30.
Okay, 30. I did that wrong. Hold on, sorry, one sec. Okay, cool. So I am back to a gnome.
Charge that bitch.
I'm back to a gnome,
Oh no.
and
Does that change your plans?
Suddenly, Quincy's. Ballstar's giving Quincy a.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Ballstar roll a dex save really quick, see if Quincy doesn't pile drive him.
That's 14.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Okay.
You manage to get out of the way. You pop and you're like, whoa, whoa! Quincy crashes. The
Okay.
slide.
Then I'm going to cast. What is that? I'm gonna cast Blight on the little gnome.
What's the range on that?
30 feet.
It's 40 feet away.
Oh, I thought you said.
Or no,
30.
no, I'm sorry. You're right. It's 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a Constitution save.
Okay.
18.
It rolled a 9. Let's see what its con is. Plus 0, so 9.
Okay. Does necrotic damage work?
We're about to see.
Risking it.
How much?
Oh, sorry. It's gonna be 33 points of damage.
33?
Yeah.
How do you want to do this to the creeping lurk?
Oh, cool. I think he just goes up in like a poof of black smoke that makes just a little heart after it dissipates.
Okay. You reach down and you touch the organic part of the wood in the books, and you just see all of the books in a line, and all of the wood just immediately begin rotting, as the camera kind of follows a trail 40 feet, as tendrils reach up and grab it, pull it down, and just black heart.
All right, then I'm going back into an elephant for my bonus action. That's my turn.
Back to an elephant. Quincy, roll a dex save.
It's about to say. Ooh, 18.
Yeah, you're fine. You see Ballstar's getting ready to do his thing, and you just take a couple steps back, not to get knocked away. That's going to be the Naga's turn. It sees that Ballstar is hurt. Quincy looks tough, but it's also insane. So I'm just going to roll. 1 through 4 is Quincy. Hey, roll the 2. Quincy. It's going to try to bite you. That is an 18.
That's a miss.
Yeah, you throw up the shield, and you see the humanoid face. Just it's like its jaws open up large enough to completely surround the shield that you have, and like from each of its serrated fangs, you can see like rows of teeth like a shark, and each one of those fangs are constantly pumping poison. As you're like showered in poison, you kind of like shut your eyes and close your mouth and plug your nose. You're covered in all this green-brown goop. But it doesn't do any damage. That's its turn. Alan, out.
I'll I think I'm just gonna retreat from the snake. I'm gonna move in a direction that just puts some space between me and the snake.
Okay. Do you want to go north or south?
Let's go north.
North? Okay. You fly north as far as you can. It looks like the boundary just kind of barely crests the mantelpiece of the great blue marble hearth. You kind of like perch on the mantelpiece and like wiggle your way in between a large mirror that's set angle-wise in between that, and just find a little hidey hole.
Hi, I'm Heidi Ho.
You want to roll
Your
a stealth
district
check?
attorney.
Sure. Failure.
Oof. Well, I mean, what's the total?
1.
I think you try to nestle yourself between the mirror and the wall, the mantle like wall, and the mirror just like knocks and then just like begins to fall.
No.
I need you to roll a dex saving throw.
Okay. Crit.
You manage to get out of the way before the mirror slams and breaks into a million shards of deadly glass. Unfortunately, you're still an owl. You fly out and you're still kind of hovering. You kind of clutch at the wall with the brick.
Woo, woo, woo.
Big T, you're pinned underneath a whole bunch of bookcases.
I gotta get out.
Roll a strength saving throw. Or strength check, I guess.
Guess what it is?
Natural what?
No, it's an 18.
Wow.
Plus my
Terrence,
is 2, I think, so it's a 20.
Terrence with a rare show of strength, kind of like gets his feet positioned underneath him and just like pushes and dives out of the way. You're still prone, but you're no longer pinned by the bookcases. You can see about 20 feet to the north of you. There's a whole bunch of action going on. Elephants and blade barriers and a giant snake thing.
Do I know what happened to me?
You assume you're polymorphed, but you're not really sure. Well, yeah, I think you have residual feelings of terror from a predator being. Especially the owl.
So do I have like my wits about me enough to know that I was a mouse?
Yeah.
And if there was an owl?
Yep.
Okay. And can I see that owl that just crashed the mirror?
Roll a perception check.
Natural.
How far? Natural 20?
Yeah.
Jeez,
What?
damn.
Very easily you hear a woo, woo, or a distressed screech, and you see above the marble fireplace, maybe 55 feet away from you, at the very, very north of the room. I think you see the mirror shatter, and you kind of look, and you can see the dark, dark form of an owl clutched to the bricks desperately on the side, still trying to like keep its balance with its wings.
Alright.
They just gonna magic missile it.
Yeah. One of the missiles is gonna hit the owl, and then the other missiles are gonna hit the Naga.
Okay. Roll damage. Obviously, Alan Greenspan. You shake as you pull yourself up. You're still prone. You just kind of roll on your side. Everything's real sore. Between your legs, you aim a finger pistol, and there's just like this laser beam of like red, and there's an explosion of feathers. And poor Alan Greenspan, your faculties come to you immediately, and then you fall about 10 feet, hitting the mantelpiece, and then boom, right in front of the fire. I think it knocks the wind out of you. I don't think it does any damage, but you're prone and Roll put other missiles on the Naga.
It's really fun.
9 force damage on the Naga.
9? Okay.
It's really fun like imagining real world Alan Greenspan in all these circumstances.
It's gonna be Quincy. You're staring down a Naga.
Gonna cut him up.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's actually there's a little bit more damage to that.
Yeah, your spellcasting modifier or whatever.
It's actually 17 force damage.
17? Okay. Okay. I didn't realize I have this like little J.J. Abrams lens flare behind me.
Oh yeah. I rolled a 19 on the Naga.
19's a hit.
Okay, and the second one was higher. So. 12 on the first one. And, whoops. 11 on the second.
11. Alright, it's a total of 78 damage to the Naga.
Nice.
Its eyes are wild and crazed and insane. You're striking at it, and it just seems like it's barely registering the pain. All you see is fury and madness in its eyes. That's going to take us to All-Star.
I'm gonna smack that Naga. Oh, good. It hits. It's a natural 19.
Nice.
This is gonna be a gore attack
With the Tuskuses.
with the two sons. It's another
Two
great
sons.
roll. Wow. Wait, 14. Okay, 25 damage.
Oof. Nice.
And that's my turn.
Bagel me fingies.
Tickle me fingies. Oh, was it Bagel me fingies? Is that what the name is?
They
Yeah,
use it on-
I always thought it was Tickle me fingies.
Bagel me fingies.
Bagel me fingies. Naga's turn. Let's see what it's got up its sleeve. Not a lot. And it's just angry. So it's going to try to bite. We'll roll. Elephant or Quincy. Quincy again. Go for the bite. 23.
That hits.
Just hits,
Alright.
right?
Roll a Constitution saving throw, which you have advantage on because it's poison. You're a dwarf.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Nope, 9.
Oh my god.
Woof. All right, so that's gonna be 6 piercing and
John, out of curiosity, what's the dice roll for the poison?
10d8.
Oh my god.
God.
Fuck. That's 63 poison damage
Oh my
and
God.
6 piercing.
Okay.
69.
Yeah, nice, 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 nice.
nice.
You know in Final Fantasy 7 when you get all 7s?
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what happens. Petty. A little 69 over, and just little like banners say nice, 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 nice. That's the Naga's turn. It's just gonna keep biting away. Alan Greenspan, you are now on the floor in front of this rather cozy fireplace.
Come get
About 40 feet away from you, there are an elephant and a giant snake and a dwarf.
So I have to get up, yeah?
Also, you know in your heart that Terrence shot you.
I'm just gonna stand up and run for the snake.
Difficult terrain all the way because all of the bookcases have been destroyed.
Okay.
So you make 20 feet or 15 feet?
I think I'll actually double move.
Okay, you get 30, you're still within 10.
Okay.
That's your turn. Terrence,
Alright.
you're about 20 feet to the south of all the action. Everything, like all the bookcases are knocked over at this point. Everything's difficult terrain.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot it. I'm gonna hit it with a firebolt, which is attack roll. 16 to hit.
16's a miss. You try to aim for one of its its mid body because you see it's distracted with Quincy, but like the mid body just like arcs into an arch, and the firebolt passes right in between it. Anything else? You gonna move?
Am I in
20 feet. Say what?
Am I like in line? Like if there was to be like a spell attack that went in a straight line, am I behind anybody else?
No, you're kind of like off diagonally. Like, well, we'll say like if everything's happening in the center of this blade barrier, you're 20 feet to the southwest. So you're kind of like over in your own little land, but everything's difficult terrain around you.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna sit tight.
Okay. There's no cover though, because all the bookcases are knocked down.
Yeah.
Quincy, you're feeling kind of sick.
Yeah. Go
Oh,
for-
actually, because I have a cantrip, or I have I do have an ability, so you'll take half damage on that. So let me go ahead and just I'll let you know what the damage is in a second.
Okay. Quincy, what you doing?
Can I see Alan Greenspan from where
Yeah.
I am? Okay. I'm gonna attack again. I'm gonna do a maneuvering attack. So you can move 15 feet or half your movement.
Through difficult terrain, it's going to be a quarter of his movement.
Okay, so 5.
So he'll move, what, 5, yeah?
Sure. I'll take that. First one is a 27.
Hit.
Second one's a 15.
Miss.
Okay.
That was 5 fire damage.
5?
Yep.
Every little bit helps.
19 damage.
19 total?
Yep.
Alright. Firebolt, you see the firebolt just like barely grazes him. He reels back a little bit, and you take that advantage to call Alan over as you strike at it a couple times right in the face. You just see oozing blue, viscous blood that splats on the floor from its face, and it's just like this weird fluorescent that kind of glows with its own like energy. It's in the darkness. It's very strange. Ballstar. Elephastar? Balbo? Dumball.
Ball.
Dumbball is absolutely it.
Dumball.
Boy, oh boy. I feel bad for Quincy here. It's not much I can do. I'm gonna keep on keeping on. I'm just gonna gore him again. That's 20 to hit.
Hit.
Cool. Good rolls. Damn. That's 22 damage.
Ooh.
I've not rolled below a 4 with my d8s on that.
It's the elephant, man, I'm telling you.
Got good
Elephant's
juju.
good luck. How much HP does the elephant have?
76?
Oh man, it's a tank.
Low AC though.
Just a large pool that can just trample people. That's awesome. Alright, after Ballstar gores him with the tusk, it's the snakes, the Naga. It's going to roll to see if it's going to hit Elephant, or Dumball, or Quincy. 1 through 4 is Quincy. Oh, that's a 5. Gonna go for Dumball.
Bring it.
13.
Yeah, that hits.
Oof, roll con save.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Not very good. 13.
13 is a failure, unfortunately. So that's, let's see. 6 piercing damage and 55 poison.
Good God. Good Lord. Alright, still here.
Alright. Top of the round, Alan Greenspan, you are 10 feet away. You can make it if you use a move.
I'm gonna move right up to it and hack away.
Yeah.
I don't think
Fire.
ever taken advantage of the immunity to poison from the friggin' armor, it's always acid. Always acid. Never poison.
Yeah. Do you have like a goading strike or anything?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Something that forces it to attack you?
I have that.
I don't think I picked it, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Alright, so 3 strikes. First one is 24,
Nice.
Yeah.
21.
Its AC is 18.
Okay, yeah, they all clear that.
Nice. Do your damage.
Okay.
We'll go to Big T.
I'm just gonna shoot it again.
Firebolt.
Yeah. Alright, that's gonna be a hit.
Cool.
So, and
Next up is Quincy.
Okay. I will hit it with a goading strike. 23.
19 fire.
19 fire.
And then 40 from the 3 attacks.
Oh, goddamn. Kills it.
Yep.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Terrence kills it or Green?
Alan does. You do.
Oh, okay. I'm picturing the giant Final Fantasy VII snake. I think I just want to nail it to the ground.
Yeah, like just through the head? Or through like the neck?
Anywhere, really. Am I coming up behind it? Maybe just
Is
right
this
through
with
its gut.
What weapon?
Sword of Galifar.
What weapon is the Sword of Galifar in?
I just figured sword.
Just like a long sword?
Big, long sword,
Great.
yep.
Great sword? Long sword?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you jump up. I think Terrence shoots a shoots a firebolt at it, and it seems distracted. Quincy has it like locked down, defensive. You take advantage of that. You climb up a couple of the spines on its back, and just shove the Sword of Galifar through the back of its neck, right behind the head. It falls, and then you just push down it, so it nails it to one of the bookcases. The whole back end begins to writhe and squirm as it tries to scream, but the vocal cords are just cut. It's just blue fluorescent blood just coming out of its mouth and its neck, just floating out. It squirms for a weird amount of time. Even though you know it's dead, it's still squirming and knocking bookcases of its huge body. But eventually it goes completely still.
Badass. And my poison immune armor is perfectly clean.
Ballstar, can you harvest some of its venom and put it in a jar?
Ballstar's like, yeah. I was just laying on my back in a pile of my own elephant blood. Then I go back to Ballstar and kind of get up. What?
I feel this venom may be valuable. Can we store some in a jar?
Yeah, okay. Alan, we gotta make you some armor made out of all the shit you've been killing.
Yeah.
We gotta make you something real cool. Alan's killed 8 dragons.
That he's wearing dragon armor.
I know, but I'm visioneering, Terrence. Alright, I'm gonna start digging around in this here naga.
Okay, roll a nature check.
15. No. 18.
Okay. It seems the venom quickly goes pretty inert as the green-brown slowly fades to that fluorescent blue of the blood, unfortunately. However, you do manage to get a whole row of teeth.
Cool.
Looks like the back ends they're just barely sort of like sticking out of the gums, and they're not quite developed. But you get this full row of, let's say, what, 16, 17 naga teeth.
Are they like? Could they be like fitted to make like arrows or something?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Very nice.
This is the best I could do. Hey, but I didn't poison myself.
You look around the room. The room is just completely trashed. Just bookcases fallen over. The only thing that's kind of still there is that blue hearth. Wherever this thing came from was in the southeastern corner. That's also just completely trashed.
Is there any like just real world residue from that gnome ghost thing we killed, or did it just all kind of dissipate?
Roll a perception or investigation, whatever you want.
It's 21 perception.
Yeah, there is some left over. There's a whole bunch of like shadowy goop left over on one of the bookcases.
Could I roll an intelligence or something to see if I can do anything with this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Very bad. I just taste it.
It doesn't really taste like anything, but it's really cold, and you kind of feel your like mouth and tongue go numb. You feel a little sick. You just like immediately go pale.
Okay. Well, that was bad. Is that like blade thing still up with the Naga?
No, as soon as it died, the blade barrier went away.
Okay.
So that's just to keep things trapped within an area?
Yeah, it can either be like a straight wall or a radius. It just didn't want you guys to leave. It thought it could take you, but your animals were inept enough to die. Without you two there, it probably would have been a serious fight.
So it used the polymorph?
You go to the section where you were polymorphed at, and you brush all of the papers aside and a lot of the bookcases that have fallen, and you can see very intricate glyphs carved into the stonework.
Mm.
This thing was obviously intelligent. It was casting pretty high-level spells, but it seemed not quite right.
I want to check out the corner of the Great Hearth that it came from, but I can't really see very well.
Yeah, it would be like the far... You first heard its roar in the southeast corner of the room when Ballstar charged and knocked all of the first bookcases over. If you're gonna do anything, I do an investigation with disadvantage because it's so fucking dark. I mean, somebody could cast light on you pretty easily. I guess. So I won't give you disadvantage.
Okay. Oh, it's terrible. It's a 3.
It's hard for you to pinpoint exactly where this thing came from. You dig around for a little while in a spot maybe you thought that it came from. You find shreds of like of books and paper that smells mold, gross, rotting meat. That's all you really find.
Are there any other doors or exits in this, or is it just a door leading to the 2 reading rooms to the north and south?
Just the 2 doors leading to the 2 reading rooms.
So there's a light that's coming from the hearth, yeah?
Yeah, it's a large blue marble hearth. There's a whole bunch of couches surrounding it, and there's like a sparkling white fire in some, it looks like fake logs.
Okay, so it's either a fake piece that's not real fire or it's magical or something.
Yeah, something like that.
So it's not like someone's been tending the fire.
No, no, no.
Well, shoot, we could comb through all this crap and hope that we find the missing gear.
Sorry, guys.
Who broke this mirror that was on top of the hearth?
It's probably me. I'm sorry.
That was the owl.
Now that you're at the hearth, kind of looking at like the broken glass and everything, now that you know you're not as like pumped full of adrenaline, there's broken glass everywhere, kind of reflecting all of the white light. You notice all along the blue marble, there's like graffiti. All along the blue marble, there's writing, or drawings, or something, just like at an immense scale. Anywhere there's blue marble, there's signatures, there's small little paragraphs, there's things that have been etched into the blue marble.
Any languages that we can tell?
Let me see. I'll just read this paragraph. As you walk towards the sputtering fireplace and realize it's covered with fine lines of graffiti, the blue marble is covered in small red lettering in 1,000 different hands and 1,000 different languages. Some seem to have signed their name, while others left comments or drew pictures. One especially adorable drawing of an elephant reading a book is signed by Noria Snuzzletongue. You suddenly come to the startling realization that what started as a record of beautiful memories has turned to the grim epitaph of a fallen society. You run your hand over the smooth surface of the marble. You realize that the memories immortalized here weren't carved or etched. They're simply just part of it. You wonder how such a thing could be possible as the fireplace suddenly begins sputtering, startling you. As you stumble back, your toe bumps into a small, thin stick, the same color as the graffiti. You scoop it up and press gently against a blank space in the marble and feel it shiver. You pull the stick away quickly and see a small red dot where the stick has touched. Somehow, the stick has tattooed the marble as if it were flesh. Turning around, you see 5 very plush couches covering layers of torn pages and loose parchment. You've seen several decayed tomes whose spines have been spilled their contents on the marble floor, but it seems different somehow. It's almost as if something tore these books apart in a rage and left the pages where they fell.
So stick colors the marble?
Blue?
Mm-hmm.
Should we all sit in couches by the fire?
I could use a short rest.
What do you think, team?
Short rest won't really do anything for me.
You could do hit dice at least, right?
I'm out of hit dice.
Oh, right. You burned them.
What do you want to do, Alan?
It seems like something might happen if we park in these chairs.
Oh, yeah, if you think so, sure.
Yeah, I sit down.
You sit down on like these red, velvety, comfy couches. A whole cloud of dust just erupts. It smells like mold and old air, musty. Other than that, nothing you can tell.
Huh. Well, I'm wrong.
That was worth a shot.
You said the fire was sputtering?
Yeah, it's just kind of this constant, like, magical white flame on these fake logs, just kind of. It's not working completely correctly. Every once in a while, the fire kind of sputters, a little spark of light kind of comes out and reaches a certain point in front of the fire. It doesn't catch anything, but it just kind of sits there and sparks.
Should we try to like make this firework better? You guys want to stand back and I'll try to do a little flamey flame?
What caused it? What did we move that caused it to start acting funny?
It's always been acting funny.
Oh, okay.
But we
Well,
spotted this.
Was it the red dot and the poker?
Yeah, it's like thousands of people's records. And it seems like we could add our own. But I don't know that we want to. Yeah, whatever. I'll try and sign my name.
You sign your name, Alan Greenspan, into a blank part of the fireplace. The red part of this little stick just like tattoos it onto the blue marble. It doesn't etch it. It actually just like a vein of red marble that's etched into the blue that easily stands out. Your name is signed.
I end with XOXO.
XOXO.
Have I seen this blue marble anywhere else?
You've never seen anything like this stone before.
Okay.
What are you gonna
Are
do?
you guys taking a short rest here?
I'd like to, unless you guys think it's a bad idea to waste the time.
You could go for it. I mean, I figure we'll search through rubble for anything useful.
You
I mean, I
guys,
could use my spells back.
are you talking long rest, Chris?
No, I can get mine back in short rest.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to like do some investigating, I'll just take a nap.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You guys plan to spend the next hour here. What are you guys doing while Ball starts resting?
I'm hoping to find answers to. Well, I'm looking for the freaking piece of the great. What was it called?
The wheel.
The Great Wheel, yeah.
Okay. Roll an investigation check for you to try to sort through all the rubble.
6.
You just don't even know where to start. You try just like kicking some bookshelves over, kind of like moving some stuff. You don't find anything but tattered, destroyed books. I'd say about 25 minutes in, the large snake corpse in the center of the room, there's a huge, bright, fluorescent blue flash of energy and flame. You guys all, like, adrenaline surges through you really quick as you see just like a flash bomb almost. You guys turn to look, and the huge body of the Naga just begins, like, at one end, like the tail end and the face end, just bursts into this white-blue flame, and slowly along all of it just begins to burn all of it to dust, creeping up at both ends till it eventually meets in the middle, and just it all just turns to dust.
It happened suddenly. It started after 25 minutes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. That fucking thing gonna come back?
Sure didn't look like it.
Terrence, would you roll a intelligence check for me?
Yes. 24.
So you know this thing's a Naga. Naga are very strange things. From what you can tell, you don't know a lot about their culture. It's like a super ancient society. It's something that was thought to be like eventually extinct, or something that's just gone feral out in the world. That's just turned into monsters. Once they had a huge like empire under the ground. But from what you know, there's two different kinds of Naga. There is the spirit Naga, which are generally the rulers, the more advanced version, and there's guardian Naga, which are the more like mortal lived, like not slaves, but they're still very intelligent, still able to cast spells. But the guardian are more like martial. Spirit Naga have a myth about them where they are pretty much immortal. It doesn't matter if you kill them.
Do I know any like of the mythology of how they respawn or whatever?
With a 24, I don't think so. I think you know just there's two different types.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's gone. I don't know if it's able to come back anywhere near this location, but we ought to be on the lookout for that thing to return.
Who's got like the diary and stuff that we collected?
I think whoever has the bag of holding.
Quincy then?
Yeah.
So we said that we read about this thing.
Yeah, it was in the poor girl that has been changed into a pretty much sentient book. When Terrence was able to message her.
Oh, so she told him. We didn't actually read it.
Right. Yeah, there was like this. She talked about the library came under attack by a whole bunch of Naga, and all of a sudden, everybody blinked. There was a huge rumbling. Things started to collapse. The library sunk underground, and then there was a huge bright white like nuke explosion. And last thing she knew, she woke up and she was a book, and her body was a sphere bomb above the book. It like transformed things in a very strange way.
So is there residue now of the giant Naga? Or has everything disappeared?
It's all just disappeared. It looked like it kind of faded to dust, and then all that dust just kind of faded away.
Was like you said it was like kind of dissolving in this kind of blue.
Yeah, like a blue-white flame.
Does it remind me at all?
End. What?
Does it remind me at all of the sputtering flame I'm sitting in front of?
Not really. This
Okay.
almost looks like one of those fireworks, like like a snake firework, and there's all that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that from both ends, and then it just like.
Okay.
Is there heat coming from the Great Hearth?
There's a little bit. It's not enough to like really. I mean, this place is temperate enough. I mean, if you go up a few levels, it's kind of like genuinely hot. But down here, where it seems one of the library's deepest points. It's temperate. It's maybe kind of a balmy like 81, 82, but it's musty. There's kind of a draft coming in. It seems to have been cooled by the lake that it's underground from. But I mean, there's a little bit of heat from the fire, but it's nothing that's like terrible.
There's so much shit we just don't know about. We've got the throne upstairs. We've got that wheel system thing. There's the giant wheel.
Yeah.
I feel like we just keep finding these disparate pieces that we are not finding a connection to.
So is the entire place pretty much upended, or are there still sections that are left organized?
I think like domino effect and everything. Just all the bookshelves are down. The whole place is a wreck.
Are there any doors besides the two entrance doors?
Nope. Just the doors that lead to the reading rooms.
And the only real furniture was
The couches. I mean, there were like chairs and stuff at the ends of some of the bookcases, but you assume they've been crushed by all of the action that just happened.
I want to check under the couch cushions for a loose change.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
12.
You kind of lift open the couch cushions. You don't really see anything except for lint, maybe some like straight, like threadbare, maybe some weird mold and mushrooms that are growing underneath. You kind of take the initiative to kind of hold your breath, close your eyes as you put your hands in between the seams of the couch as you see some of the mushrooms and mold kind of spore out. And you do feel little small pieces of metal. You pick it up, and in your hand are 4 coins that you've never fucking seen before.
Alright, I will treasure them. Can I tell the material or anything?
It doesn't seem to be like the standard gold, silver, copper, platinum. It's something else.
What do they smell like?
Mold.
There was no the writing on the hearth was all just like a bunch of people's signatures and drawings and stuff.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, there's like little paragraphs where it's just like, I came here with my 2 kids. It was a lot of fun. We especially enjoyed the seminar that's on cooking and how to do things, and I really enjoy the headmaster. He's very smart. Thank you, Biblios.
Do I see an entry from Biblios?
No.
Do I see anything that might look like it's a control for something?
Roll investigation check.
Natural 1.
You don't seem to find any sort of magical control or anything. You have a cooler full of ice?
Yeah.
That's such a good idea. Oh, I need to do that.
Never have to get up, baby.
That's awesome.
You know, Alan, one time I dug in a couch and I got a whole Subway card already punched.
Wow.
Free sub.
I ate at Subway today.
How serendipitous.
Hollister's just feeling guilty, like in and out of consciousness, like
About what?
just knowing I completely fucked this room up, and any chance of us like finding anything.
Yeah, but you didn't get like raped by a ghost,
That's true.
and that ghost could have fucked you up.
I believe that.
Just has haunting memories of a cold elephant butt.
So that was the violin we found. You think this is the ghost of that guy?
Maybe.
What did we find in the violin room? We found his violin. Is that where we found the old coins?
Oh, there was sheet music, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was. Let me see. I can try to read it for you.
Can I sit by the fire and oboe of Galifar?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Try to read the music.
Hey, I have an idea. Guys, that gnomes dude is named Kor Mardur, the musician. That was the name on that music sheet that we saw.
Yeah.
Interesting.
See, there was there's an orange tome, beginner magic, the Bardic book about magic.
Uh-huh. Little Snar's Guide to Bardic Magic.
Little Snar.
Let's see. I wrote down that there were like some parchment, and then there was Biblios's journal. Now, the parchment, was that just the sheet music?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we gotta start thinking about our rooms now? Good thing I wrote them down.
Bartleby. It's the most uncoordinated cat. He just tripped. Did you see him trip?
I missed it.
So I get you. Bartleby. Bartleby.
I love cats that are bad at being cats.
And he just fell off.
Do any of our characters have musical skill?
Quincy.
No.
Quincy, you don't have like proficiency or anything, right?
No, I'm just
He
playing,
has bagpipes.
playing hot cross buns on bagpipes.
Yeah, you don't have like, I mean, you don't have written it down that you have like proficiency in bagpipes,
No.
right? You don't have like proficiency in perform.
No.
You can hum some tunes on bagpipes, maybe.
You done music?
I'm not sure if you can read music.
Yeah. Probably not.
No, my performance is -1.
Alan Greenspan has tons of charisma. Why don't you?
Terrence would probably know a little bit.
He might know how to, like... I'm just going to say, if you don't have proficiency in it, I don't think you know how to learn music. Terrence doesn't seem like the kind of person who'd learn music.
Yeah.
Terrence is the kind of person who'd learn how to explode somebody from the inside, clinically, over a course, like a 6-month like community college course. But he would never take like music appreciation.
That's fair.
Yeah, I had nothing music related on my character sheet.
Crap.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I couldn't be able to read music.
That's why
Well,
bards are the best. Bards are my favorite class.
Oh, Enric, get in the hell in here.
Hell yeah.
Didn't you send him to the boat?
I don't
You
think
left him
so.
at camp.
Yeah, up above, up the stairs.
He's just upstairs, though. We didn't send him out of here, did we?
It's not that far away.
We had him stay in the main room before we went into the reading room into the hearth.
I thought you sent him to the camp. You're like, hey, this is too dangerous. He's like, can I go back to camp? Like the slave camp.
Yeah. That's
It's just another staircase, though, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you want to message him and get him down here or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him to come down.
Somebody just go get him. And what is it, like a 5-minute walk?
We probably should escort him.
Yeah, I guess if that Naga might be around,
Yeah, I'll
maybe
head
we should
out.
go together.
I'll head to the staircase and meet him on his way or whatever.
Okay. You go up and get Enric. Enric is slowly trying to decipher the language these people are speaking because it's a weird blend. You approach the camp. You see he's just got notes. He's trying to. He's got some basic communication with some of these slaves. He sees you approach the slave camp, and he like stands up. He goes, "How is everything okay?"
Yeah, we had a scuffle, but we've got a whole lot of writing on the ground that seems to us to not mean much. But we also found some music scores that we want you to look at.
He kind of blinks a couple times. Music scores?
Yeah, you've played, right?
Are you a song and dance man?
I can play a little bit. We were coming to the Demon Waste. I did not bring my flute.
Oh, the flute, huh?
How about a skin flute?
That's very gross. Thank you.
I high five Terrence.
One step ahead of me, friend.
I suppose I can read some basic music, but do you have an instrument? I could maybe try to translate it or something.
You people can morph things from other things.
I got bagpipes.
I mean, we got this violin. Does it work at all? Are there any strings on it?
No, the violin.
The gut strings had like rotted away.
Right.
It's just kind of the shell.
Old as hell.
Hmm.
Was there a piano? Did we find a piano? I think I imagined that.
I don't know if you can find a piano.
Yeah.
If maybe you could find me some sort of double reed flute, I might be able to help. I suppose.
Oboe of Galifar.
Oh my god.
Can it only become weapons or something?
It can only become weapons.
Yeah, that's absurd.
I suppose I could try to sight sing it. I can sing a little bit. I know a few bar shanties, but
I have an idea. I learned this trick from my good friend Usador. Terrence is going to summon a tiny horse with 2 buttholes. Shave that horse's mane and create violin strings out of that mane.
okay, that's gonna take a bit.
I'll work on that while you guys do other stuff.
Okay.
Oh, from the horse's tail.
Sure.
I
Yeah,
will.
the horse's tail
2 butts.
makes the bow. It doesn't make strings.
Yeah, you're right.
So you need me to. Let me get this straight. You paid House Midani a certain sum. I get 20% of some of the treasure we found on here, with one item that I choose personally. And you brought me here to play flute? Why did you not hire a bard?
Oh, you do
I
more
speak-
than.
I speak 12 different languages. I know the different histories of countless different gods and deities. But you needed a tavern player to come here
For
to
this,
the volcano
for this
in
section,
the
alright?
Demon Wastes.
I mean, there's gonna be other sections, other encounters, but it was just, you know, this particular time we happened to not have anyone that was, you know, as knowledgeable on the subject.
Yes, unfortunately, I am not a musician. I am a scholar, and in both the pleasures of the literature and religion and the flesh. Kind of smart. I wish I knew strings better, but unfortunately, I believe you've hired the wrong devil.
Well, tell us what you make of all these writings, because there's a bunch of languages I can't read.
It kind of approaches and reads for a little bit. He goes, it is garbage. It is people talking about how they like the library.
Oh shit. Ballstar uses the Ring of Grammarian, and I create Bonfife. The origin of bonfire. The origin of bonfire are the two words bone and fire.
Very nice.
All right, so we got a little flute.
Okay. So you take like the fire from like the you gotta explain. Tell me how this spell works.
Okay. I get a little fey creature, and I summon it, and
Your buttholes.
I kind of
Yep.
confine it into the hearth, and I just kind of slowly roast it until just the bones are there, and then I kind of like morph the bones into a flute.
Okay. As you're kind of morphing the bones, Edward looks a little disgusted. He's like, ugh. The thing was so cute. You're just gonna you're gonna roast it. Oh, okay. He kind of tells you what he plays. He plays a double fluted like satyr pipes almost. Like it's double reeded, but it like all comes from like a wishbone like shape. Well, it's almost like bagpipes except you blow into it. It's like a double, flute thing that like kind of meets in a Y angle. You sculpt it for him.
I'll take like my water satchel and just attach it to be the bagpipey thing. My water skin.
That's not what he needs. He just needs like a reed.
Okay.
Pretty much. as he's having this conversation, he's like, I did not play the strings. I'm sorry. And he's trying to read it, and he just like thrusts it into his hands. He just tries it out a little bit. It's drony. It's reedy. It's a little haunting. It's like this weird kind of like sound. But you can put some notes on it. Because I can play it. He wants me to play some of these written songs.
Yeah.
Okay. I put it in front of the light. I can see if I can play it. He starts off, and it takes him a couple tries to like get the rhythm and everything. But he manages to pull out some simple chords that are written on there. Nothing like exactly what it's supposed to be, but he can kind of do a bass line and a little bit of a melody up on top. Even though the instrument itself is crude and it's a little weird and reedy, he can kind of hammer out these tunes that they're catchy. One of them seems to be a ballad of sorts. It takes him a good 10 minutes to get through it, as it's very long, drawn-out notes. The other two are kind of jaunty little jigs. They're very catchy. Every single one of them, you find yourself kind of singing them in your head. You're kind of caught. But there doesn't seem to be any sort of like extra abilities that happen when he plays these notes.
Well,
I don't know.
Should we inspect the wheel again and see if anything has changed?
Sure.
But we didn't gain anything from this room. I'm going to keep looking through the books.
Okay. Again, like all of the bookcases are down and disheveled. If you're gonna sort through something, you're gonna have to roll a investigation check. Just kind of sort through all of the rubble.
Okay. It's 19.
19. As you go through, you're kind of kicking some stuff around. A lot of the books, it's like a how-to section. There's a biography section of particular really sparks your interest in either of those. There's a fiction section, but all of them seem to be like none of the titles catch your eye or anything, and a lot of the books honestly seem to be even ripped up before they fell. You get to a corner of that great hearth. You kind of sift through, and you begin to get to some of that shredded parchment that smells like mold and rotting meat in one of the corners. You manage to pick up you pick up one of the bookcases, flop it over with some help, and you find it's just all of the shredded paper, like a nest a little bit. And you do find a couple things. Among all of this like rotted parchment that smells like mold and old dead bodies, you find kind of a sizable pile of shiny platinum coins. All of the coins have kind of been smushed down because of all the bookcases. Among that, as you find all the coins, and you kind of like, oh, this must be a spot. You kind of like overturn some stuff. You find about a 14-inch statue of a jade cobra. The small cobra is oiled, there's coiled and ready to strike. It doesn't really seem to be magical in any way, but it's made of like a pure jade, so it seems to maybe be worth something. And among all of that, you find a platinum gear that has been lovingly polished.
Hey-o.
It shows small signs of wear from centuries of being chewed on. It practically radiates magic and seems warmed to the touch. Based on its size and composition, you would guess that this gear is missing from one of the great wheels, or from the great wheel that you encountered on the first section of the library.
Sick.
Hell yeah.
Alright. I think this is what we needed to find.
Good job, Terrence.
How much platinum did we find in the
You
coin?
found a pile of 241 platinum pieces.
Damn.
And this might be a good time to take a bathroom break.
Okay.
Word.
If I
Cool. You write down that treasure, Michael?
Yeah.
Treasure.
We got 4 days until we're best friends, Michael.
Yeah, I saw that.
I caught the new legendary today. I usually go walk on my lunch break. I go to the park,
Yeah.
and there's never anybody there. It's always I usually just walking by myself. But today, like a group of raiders came through, and they were doing all of them.
Oh, nice.
So I jumped in on one before I ran out of time.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of them already.
I haven't gotten the Palkia or whatever that thing is, or the one before it.
Yeah, the dragon one.
So hard to keep track of them. I don't know anything about any of the new generations.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep.
Played Animal Crossing for like 90 minutes at work today. On top of my nap.
Oh my gosh.
Well, today the power was out, so we couldn't run any of the robots, and we did all the manual work I could do, and then Dan ended up taking off at like 12:30. So there was just literally nothing to do, and Dan wanted us to be there for whatever reason. I think he's like we're in some like window for a tax bracket where he has everyone working full time. It's like he'd rather just have everyone get paid their 37.5 consistently than like
Right, have to do the accounting.
exactly. And his wife is the accountant, so
Interesting.
yeah, it's kind of a hassle. And he'll do it without even telling you. He'll just like throw your vacation time into your like if you're like sick or something, you have to like. It's happened like 3 times. Sort of had to like ask him to reissue a check because he just will nickel and dime your vacation time.
Huh.
I gotta use my vacation time for something.
Alright. What do y'all want to do?
We gotta put the thing in the thing. Would I get that full hour? Did you get that short rest in, John?
Yeah, you do.
Cool.
You guys all make your way up back to the main part of the library.
That's what I'm thinking. You guys want to stop anywhere else?
Nah, that's what I was thinking.
To the wheel.
To the wall.
You guys all enter the main part of the library. Back to the Great Wheel. This large, like, strange-looking, divoted cylindrical structure in the middle of the main part of the library. Who wants to put the gear?
Do we need to know anything about this? Should we even be in this room while we're putting this in? You said it's magic as hell, right?
Yeah, it made poor Quincy about like 2 feet tall for a good hour.
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
It like zapped him, did damage, and then like made him 2 feet tall for a while.
So how big is the gear?
The one we
The
found.
gear is like maybe not that big. The wheel itself is this big cylindrical like structure,
Yeah.
like about the size of a desk. It almost looks like one of those like industrial like wire spools, except
yeah.
you know magical and shit. But there's a huge divot in the center. However, without this gear in, it looks like it's like lilted to the side at a strange angle. And there's like an orange light kind of pulsating through the metal and the stone that makes it up.
So that mage hand thing can only hold 5 pounds. or something?
Yeah, this gear is probably a little bit heavier than 5 pounds. It's made of pure platinum.
Is it under 10 pounds? We could both do mage hands.
I don't think. Well, yeah, fuck, why not?
What's mage hand got a range of? 30?
30 feet?
It's gonna take a lot of coordination.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable doing that.
It's gonna be like Quap. Did you know they made a whole game based on Quap?
Really?
It's
a
called
full
Manual Samuel. It's a whole thing where like it's a whole body, and the whole game is that like the guy's supposed to die, but he makes a deal with the devil, where he has to go through his whole day doing everything manually. So instead of just like legs, it's like you have to drive a car. Each finger, each joint in the elbow,
Oh my
shoulders,
gosh.
head, hips.
Is it like motion
Like, it's
capturing points of like joints and fingers and stuff?
It's all super cartoony, I think,
Okay.
but it's something like it's like 13 different keys on your keyboard
Oh
that you
my
have to keep pressing on each side. But it's like it's a whole game. Like it's a huge cartoony story. Like the first thing, I think the first objective is just to get dressed, and it's the hardest thing in the fucking world.
What is it? Is it like a Steam game?
I think it's a Steam, and I actually think it's on Switch now.
Oh, really?
But you have to like
Manual
drive a
Samuel.
car. Well, like I think the whole thing's really funny. So I think like the death character is sitting next to you, just making fun of you the whole time as you're like trying to like grip the steering wheel and then like let go so you can turn.
That sounds great.
Well, I don't really want to get blasted. I'm thinking I'm gonna riot Shield of Galifar in the distance.
I might just get the hell out of this room. Like, how?
Enric is like, Alec, can I maybe hide behind your shield?
Join in.
Thank you.
Well, I guess I can do it. If we can't think of anything better.
Is there any kind of protection you can give yourself?
Hey, Terrence, you could use magic, right? You use a spell to pick it up and move it?
Well, to do what?
You want to use, like, telekinesis to put the orb in so we can all be away from it? How much did you have to interface with it? Who did it last time? Quincy? What'd you do when you shrunk?
I just touched it.
It's just disabled.
I want to be like just outside the room, like out the doorway. Whenever they're
Okay.
doing this.
Like into the reading rooms.
Yeah, I don't care which one.
Okay.
Just I'm gonna have line of sight, like getting like cover behind the doorway.
How about everybody else?
I'm gonna stay in the same room, maybe over by the staircase. Just duck behind and take cover.
Okay. Terrence?
I'll stand like 10 feet back. And just
All right.
watch closely.
Quincy has the gear.
In the rear with the gear.
All right. You're about 10 feet away from the gear. You can see very clearly where that gear is missing. You're holding it. What do you do?
Okay, I'll try to put the gear in without touching any other part of anything.
Okay. The gear slides into its slot like it was almost magnetized, and the whole wheel begins to shudder. Just when you think you've made a terrible, horrible mistake, the wheel rights itself and begins to hum softly. The sparks of orange energy die to nothing inside the stone and steel as the gems on its face begin to emit bright beams of light. The light builds dimensional planets floating in a lazy circle. The detail is magnificent. Every world is alive with movement. You can see the elemental plane of water is a constantly shifting ocean world, and you can hear the soft growls and squawks coming from the beastlands. It's so beautiful that you almost miss the center dome opening. Only the change of movement catches your eye. Lying in the center of the open dome is a weathered paperback with twin cutlasses on the cover. The thick block letters above them spell out Darshi Journal. You have this ridiculously detailed map of what you assume is the planes just orbiting themselves slowly. It looks like there's some sort of control mechanism that you can use to pick, select, fast forward, rewind, zoom, and then in the very center of it is this book.
I'm not gonna touch anything. This looks really complex and seems like some serious business. Terrence, you want to take a look at this?
Yeah, let me roll investigation on the controls.
Is it like a
What are
big
you trying to figure out?
planetarium?
Just how to work it?
Yeah, I mean, like, if there's things to manipulate, realign.
Okay. Just roll an intelligence check. Don't worry about investigation.
That's a 17.
Not easily, but it takes you the better part of 20 or 30 minutes to kind of figure out how these controls work. You have all these planets, these spheres. You realize that they're planes of existence, and you can zoom into a almost ridiculous level. Do you manage with a 17 to kind of figure out the controls and how to zoom, how to select, how to rewind, how to fast forward, how to go to the present constellation of all of them?
So is one of them our plane?
One of them is. Currently, from what you can see, the date is set to about 1,500 years ago.
Where is there a plane for Mechanis? Mechanis?
Terrence definitely does. He kind of zooms out and he sees there's a plane called Mechanis.
Where is it in relation to ours?
1,500 years ago, it's kind of far away. You asked for like present day?
Well, just whatever we're looking at. If it's set to 1500, then yeah.
1,500 years ago, it's all the orbs are just kind of like all of the orbs are in a chaotic pattern of orbit. It seems like, but he can set it looks like Terrence figures out that he can set the date to what it would be like, what the planes would look like at a certain date, certain time.
Yeah, how about we look at present day?
Okay. Terrence does a couple of complex hand maneuvers. You see all of the orbs around themselves. Like triple fast forward, all super quick. Eventually, they all slow. Click, and it says the current date where it is. All of the planes are almost 100% aligned at the center. Mechonis at the very, very edge is just out of reach. It looks like like everything's in a complete line. Mechonis is the only one on the outer edge that just hasn't quite lined up.
Where are you getting Mechonis from? Was that on the throne or something?
Yeah, we have this. It's in the group me. There's like the 3 staircases in the throne, and then there are 8 symbols. They're all labeled.
Mechonis is one of the symbols.
Okay. Alright, so Terrence wants to slowly proceed forward to see exactly when the alignment will occur.
You like the click next button, and you go. It looks like in about 7 or 8 weeks, there will be a complete alignment. About 2 months.
Okay. Can I zoom up on our location in the throne?
Like go all the way, like in the material plane, all the way into Eberron, all the way to Corvair, all the way into Demon Wastes, all the way to the volcano, and then all the way into the library, you mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't go that far, unfortunately. It looks like it just kind of goes down to about countrywide.
Okay. Do I notice anything change from one frame to the next when the alignment occurs?
No, nothing really changes in the alignment. It looks like there is a specific lighting that happens when everything is clicked into place in one like complete alignment. Everything is lit up in a very specific way.
Cripes. How far does message go? Or is there a spell that's like it but farther?
It can go anywhere on the plane of existence.
But that's a difference, not message.
It's a spell.
Sending.
Sending, yeah. It's a higher level spell.
Somebody want to send Usador info about a planar alignment and tell him that he's right and it's coming quickly?
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. First, I want to super fast forward and find out how long ago was the last perfect alignment like this.
If you're going to rewind, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. You rewind. It just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes till finally the ticker reaches click 0. And then there is a perfect alignment.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do a sending to. Well, I'm gonna try to send to Usador.
What do you say?
Regarding Modrons, a planar alignment is coming, and I'll tell him when. First time since dawn of time.
You don't get anything back immediately. Maybe about 2 or 3 minutes pass by, and he says, "Meet me at your estate ASAP. I think Primus is dead."
Damn.
Do we know what that is?
The plane of law.
No, Mechanus is the plane of law.
Ah. I have notes about Primus somewhere.
Primus is that weird thing that Usador, when he was insane and pissed himself, that's the thing that he was researching. Essentially, like the ruler? Not really the ruler, more like the divine entity in charge. At the very center of all of this, you have like the celestial gate. In front of all these like planet-looking things. Mythically, that's where all of the gods have been sealed away. That's why they can't have any really sort of direct. They can't have constant direct influence. At the center of this core is this like large netted like fire at the center of everything. That's supposedly where like all of like celestial beings have been imprisoned, where there was a separation between divine and the other planes of existence. Primus would be the celestial god or whatever that would be in charge of law, not just in like the plane of law and Mechanus, but like the influence of law between all different planes. Like we're talking like tides. We're talking not just like people's alignments. We're talking like the things that are supposed to happen when they happen. When fire is supposed to burn out, when tides are supposed to shift, when it's like any sort of mathematical like physics, like that's what Primus is supposed to be the origin of mythically.
Okay. Okay, so how about this book that's in the middle of everything?
It's a simple leather-worn journal with 2 cutlasses on the cover, and it says in block letters, "The Dashi Journal."
I say we read it.
Yeah. Is it like open, accessible, or is this like in the machine?
It's in the machine, it looks like. It is currently closed. It's just this worn leather book.
All right. Does anything change when everything's in line? Like when the alignment is lined up?
Well, like what? What do you think?
Like, does the book like unlock, or does something deactivate?
It doesn't seem there's any sort of lock on the book.
It's just kind of sitting there in the open.
Yeah, there's like a small like ruby globe that that like opens in parts as soon as you put that gear in.
Okay, so it already kind of opened up.
Yeah, it's like sitting in the center of all this, behind all of the like the 3D projections.
Okay. Hey Quincy.
Yeah.
Would you mind taking out that watch?
What watch?
The flashback watch. In case this goes all the way bad.
Oh, it's a ring.
Oh, yes. Prepare the ring. I'm going to see if I can retrieve the book.
Okay. How am I supposed to know to use it?
If I die, or if you go blind, feel an intense heat, something goes numb, or you start to get really dizzy, anything like that, just hit it.
Okay. I'm ready when you are.
So it's gonna like I can just reach in and like it's within reach.
Yeah.
I will pick it up.
Okay. And you reach into the holographic display. It for a moment your hand passes through. It feels warm, and not particularly bad. It's just like your hand kind of warms up. You reach inside through this mechanism and pick up this journal. Like I said, it's a small paperback, almost. You pick it up. As soon as you pick it up out of the machine just powers down completely.
Okay. Can I read the text?
Yeah, it's about like 600, 700 pages. It'll take you a minute to read all of it.
Should we take it with us?
I think we should find out what's in it, or at least get an overview.
Yeah, let me try and just see what it is. Just leaf through a little bit and see if I can figure out anything about it.
Okay. You kind of leaf through it for a second. You can kind of jump to the the table of contents. There's like a prologue, it says, and then each of the chapters are named. The chapters are Hades, Abyss, Limbo, Arborea, Beastlands, Vitopia, Mount Celestia, and Mechanus. You kind of leaf through it a little bit. It's hard to understand. It's like you see the chapter names, but without like actually reading through it, you're not really sure what's happening.
Is it like a legible or like a sensible history, or
That's the strange thing. As soon as you pick it up and begin reading it, it's completely uncommon.
This has happened before, right? With other texts we've picked up.
Well, like it's suddenly understandable.
Didn't it happen in that room in the mountain where we found the crazy paint? That there's like stuff that we tried to read and like couldn't comprehend and like.
Well, no, this is different. Like the
Okay.
other thing like had like a weird like mind static. Maybe we tried to read it. This like is the opposite effect almost. Like he begins to read it and it just like immediately turns into a language he can understand.
so? Am I getting the sense that it's just like a ton of information, like it's history, it's like lore?
It's a ton of information. From what you kind of skim through the prologue. You take about 15 minutes, and it seems to be a journal of a being named Darsh, some sort of leader of a race of like winged apes, like forever ago, like a strange a being you've never heard of. Michael's falling asleep.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, the Great Wheel is activated by the book. I wonder if the Throne of Book is activated by the book.
Yeah. I want to try putting another book into the machine.
What book?
Let's put the girl in.
Okay. You take her out of the bag of holding, her eyes wide.
Take her out of the bag of holding. Sorry.
Her eyes kind of wide in confusion. She's kind of looking around. The expression on the book is just like, what? Again, she can't really speak through the book, but she looks very confused as you pick her up.
I'll place her in the machine.
You gently put her in the machine, her eyes just darting around.
Oh my god.
Nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
It's worth a shot.
Can I Arcana check the book to see if the book itself is like super magical?
Sure.
The journal, I mean, not the girl. No, that's a 12.
Doesn't seem to be rating any sort of like magic by itself.
All right. Let me put the Biblios, the King Journal, in there. Swap it out.
Okay. You put the you gently take her eyes confused, kind of locked onto your eyes, like questioning, and you just kind of avoid eye contact and put it back.
Doesn't somebody have sunglasses?
No.
You take Biblios's journal, lay it in. Nothing seems to happen.
Is there any text that like we couldn't read? Anything in like a weird language? Would that make it look like you can read it? What do we got? We got like that Sylvan book, right?
Yeah, between Enric and Terrence, you guys pretty much have your bases covered. You've been able to understand most things that come through.
I was just curious.
At least here in the library.
Okay.
I kind of want to run the Darsh book up to the throne.
Okay.
So before, what were you
One
going to say?
clarification: those glyphs above the throne, were all of them lit up?
Yes, all of them were lit up.
And the one for, sorry, what's the law realm?
Mechonis?
Yeah, the one from Mechonis was also lit?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, go ahead.
Okay, I want to hustle up the stairs.
Okay.
Now, we've seen people touch the throne and get zapped, I think.
Mm-hmm. The first time.
So I want to just let the book rest on the throne before I touch it.
Okay. You rest the journal on the throne very carefully. Nothing seems to happen.
Alright, I will pick up the book and I will take a seat.
On the throne?
Yep.
You sit on the throne? Nothing seems to happen.
I open the book while on the throne.
Okay. You open the book.
It'll allow a huge fart.
Seems to happen.
The machine was active. Maybe we should put the journal back into the wheel.
Yeah, sure. I'll go back downstairs.
Okay. You lay the Darcy journal back into the Great Wheel. The Great Wheel powers back up with all of the holographic displays. You rush back up to the throne. Nothing seems to have changed. All of the glyphs are still glowing a little bit.
I, like Joe Pesci trying to see if a doorknob is burning hot. I want to touch the arm of the chair.
You touch the arm of the chair. Nothing happens.
So, well, what happened earlier? Someone touched it, sat on it, something?
Somebody touched one of the 8 or 9 glyphs that are on the book itself, and then they got zapped.
On the back of the chair?
Yeah,
Are all the glyphs lit?
all the glyphs are lit.
Okay.
So what book is in the wheel now?
The Darcy Journal.
The one that was there initially. That we removed it and the thing powered down, so we put it back and it powered back up.
It seems like it's just a catalog of all the 8 planes. Like it's information.
Well, no, it's more of like a journal. Like it's from what he read from the prologue, it seems to be like a journal of a being called Darsh. Long ago, he was a mortal, like a large, like, flying ape thing, aboard a large ship called the Dauntless. His race, they lived exclusively on board seafaring vessels. Most were oppressed by their captains, and Darsh was no different, until the day he rallied his fellow slaves and took the ship, the Dauntless. That was the prologue.
Okay, and isn't there some big ship that's stranded in the volcano?
Yeah, from what the slaves told you, there's like some ship in like a trophy room.
So with these controls, all I can do is advance time and watch the realms kind of change position. Or
You can zoom in too. You can't like go down to like a personal level, but you can like zoom in and like there's a pretty good detail to it.
yeah, and I already looked to see if anything changes before and after the alignment.
Yeah, there was like a strange light that like illuminated everything when it was aligned. And the chapters in the table of contents were all of the different planes of existence.
Yeah.
The chapters were Hades, Abyss, Limbo, Arborea, Beastlands, Bitopia, Mount Celestia, and Nikamas.
Okay. What realm are we in?
The material plane. It's not listed.
Not listed.
It's also not listed on the Throne of Book either. But you haven't read through the journal. Like I said, it's like 600, 700 pages. It might take you a while to read through it.
Yeah, I guess that's the only thing left to do, is to try and make some sense of it.
John, could I do like a history check or something? Like, would I know anything from like Radoth of knowing about like, I don't know, like the Feywild kind of being in alignment with like our world, or like
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
planes overlapping, or like what the significance of that is?
Sure.
It's cocked. Not good. 10.
You know that the Beastlands that it's named here is kind of antiquated from the studies that Radoth has ever told you of. Oddly enough, like the Moon and Earth, the Beastlands and the Material Plane are constantly like in alignment almost. Like they almost have the same orbiting pattern. The space in between, when they kind of wane and wax like close to each other, is known as the Feywild. It's constantly there between the Material Plane and the Beastlands, but there's kind of this buffer of when like that space between the Beastlands and the Material Plane waxes and wanes, and that's kind of known as the Feywild. It's the Feywild itself isn't a plane of existence. It's this double plane in between both planes.
Okay.
Okay. I think probably Emmerich and Terrence will have a powwow and try and this book.
Okay.
Silent reading time in front of the fire.
Yeah.
Good time for a long rest, I guess.
Yeah, as long as we're reading, I'll start reading that Little Stearns Losnar's Guide to Magic, the Divine Book.
Yeah, you can go ahead and read that. You can learn those spells. The manipulate fire, the holy shape, and create holy water. I think was the three things. In the time that they read through the Darcy Journal, you can learn those spells.
Cool.
You kind of like take 20, do a long rest in front of the fire, and read the Darcy Journal. It's the original Journal of Darsh. It seems that he is like the god of pirates, almost. He was a mortal winged ape who kind of overthrew the one of the seafaring vessels that he was a slave on. From the time that he overthrew it, after he overthrows the vessel, the Dauntless, from there he took to the high seas as a pirate, forever in search of treasure with his lovely Eventi wife and stalwart crew. Soon they were the legend of Namazu, the great rainbow fish. Years pursuing it. When they finally found the mighty rainbow fish, he transformed into a dragon and tried to destroy them. They only managed to survive thanks to Darsh's determination and his twin cutlasses of Tao, one light, one dark. The crew fashioned the fallen dragon into a new dauntless ship to replace the one they had lost in battle. It was at this time that the absence of the gods occurred, or vision had happened. The clerics throughout the land were incapable of using their divine abilities when the division finally happened. Darsh, curious to find a creature capable of stealing the gods themselves, took to his magic ship and traversed the planes of existence in search of answers. His new quest eventually led him to the God Eater, in a realm outside of time and space. The God Eater had stolen the abilities of most of the gods and was preparing to conquer the universe when the 4 genie kings convened and gave their powers to Darsh and his crew. Using their new abilities, Darsh's clever mind, they destroyed the God Eater and returned its powers back to the divine. They were so thankful they proclaimed Darsh as the god gave him a third dauntless to traverse the seas of the outer realms in. He seems to be a true neutral deity represented by twin cutlasses, one black and one white. Each chapter of the book represents a chapter from his quest to find the God Eater and a different plane that he traveled to. They are listed in the below in order: Hades, Abyss, Limbo, Aboria, Beastlands, Bitopia, Mount Celestia, and Mechanus.
Got an order.
Oh, jeez.
What'd you say, Michael?
So we might have to touch the glyphs or something in that order?
Maybe.
Alright, yeah. So, whatever. Hades, Abyss.
You just go up there and touch the glyphs
Yeah.
by yourself?
I hope not.
What are you doing
I'll be
now?
ready on standby with the Ring of Time Reversal.
Just kind of around him?
Yeah.
So me and Quincy.
Should we have the book with us, or like the gear maybe? No, I don't know if the gear makes any difference.
The gear is what powered the wheel in the center.
Yeah.
I think for now just leave the book in the wheel and we'll try it.
Okay. Are you pushing the buttons, Alan?
Sure.
Okay. As you push the last button, the throne begins to shake violently. You see the marble surrounding the throne begin to slide back and leaving a 2-foot gap around the throne on 3 sides. It shakes one more time, then begins to descend into the darkness beneath it.
Everybody hop on that thing.
Which one did you hit?
We hit all of them. In the
Oh,
regular
shit.
Everybody jumps onto the stone surrounding the throne. You and your party jump on it before it drops out of sight. The ride down is smooth and uneventful, but longer than you would have guessed. After about 7-8 minutes, the throne lands you in a huge open chamber with 7 gleaming doors against a northern wall. The doors look the same as the doors as the reading rooms above you, except each has a symbol engraved where the tile would normally go. Going from left to right, you see a large sun disk, an open book, a frozen glacier, a crescent moon, and a fluffy cloud. A bib, a large, elongated humanoid, seated in the lotus position, and a raging river. The south wall behind you is one giant mirror with a light scroll work around the edges. But beyond that, the large stone chamber is empty.
Yikes.
These are not the same symbols.
Nope.
They're completely different symbols. There's a sun, a book, a glacier, a moon, a cloud, a person, like a bib, in the lotus position, and a river. Woo. And then behind all of those doors in front of you is a gigantic mirror that spans the southern wall.
I look at the symbols in the mirror.
In the mirror,
Are they the
is
same?
everything kosher? Like everything looks the same in the mirror. Everything's in the same order. All the pictures are the same.
You can double check. Takes you a little bit. Although reversed, all of the symbols seem to be the same.
Is it like a physical mirror? Is it
Say what's that?
is it a physical mirror that I can touch?
Yeah, you touch it. All along the framework is like a light, like scroll work. It looks like, but other than that, it's just a giant fucking mirror that mirrors these 7 doors in front of you.
Do the symbols look mirrored?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it says they look
Yeah.
like their image.
Can you say those symbols one more time? A sun, a moon, cloud.
A sun, a book, a glacier, a moon, a cloud, a person, although very elongated, like an alien almost, and a river.
So is that 6?
7.
The doors are all closed.
The doors are all closed.
Is there any inscription anywhere on the door frames above, under the pictures?
You can roll an investigation check.
19.
You don't seem to find any sort of inscription or anything.
So the only writing, anything legible, is just these pictures.
Just, yeah, small pictographs on each door.
There wasn't anything else in that journal? Maybe about this?
Anything in that journal doesn't really seem to coordinate with any of these symbols.
What was chapter?
You have specific different symbols that are correlate with each one of the planes of existence, but each of these just don't seem to really correlate with any of those.
Yeah.
Is it the same number, or is there a different number of doors here than there were symbols?
There's less.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 different doors. And there are. Oops.
Should be 8 planes.
Yeah, I think it's 8. Let me double check.
But we
Yeah,
just
that's 8.
rode the
Yeah.
friggin'
7 doors, 8 planes.
Okay, so your discernible relationship with the book.
I don't know. The throne could be the 8th exit to this room.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there like another pictograph above that entrance where we came in?
You look, and no, there's just this cylindrical elevator, pretty much, that just like leads up to where you came from. No other sort of symbols that you can see along the upper portion of the ceiling.
So the scrolling on the sides of the mirrors, is that like text or something, or?
It's not text. It's like a decorative. Like if you were to see like a fancy, like old painting, like old scroll work.
Yeah. Okay.
Shoot, take the door on the left.
I guess.
Well, I was gonna say we could try the book if we're in a library after all.
Try what book?
One of the doors is a picture of a book.
Okay.
Book, glacier, moon, cloud, person, alien thing, and then river.
Yeah, throne of book. I'm sold.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Any objections?
Who's opening the door? Where's everybody else?
I can open the door.
Do we want to hold hands?
I'm gonna stand a fair distance.
Yeah, stand back 20, 30 feet.
Okay. So it's Alan opening the door. Everybody else is standing back towards the mirror. Like against the mirror.
I'm
Can
gonna
I just like see if it's like magically trapped?
Yeah, you roll an investigation check.
Okay. 9.
The book door does not seem to be trapped.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like 10 feet away from Alan.
Okay. So you're not against the mirror.
No.
Is anybody else against the mirror?
I was thinking I'd be like halfway between.
What about Quincy?
How far is the mirror from the door?
Mirror is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet away.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably be at the mirror.
Okay. So Balsar's 10, Terrence is 20, and Quincy's at the mirror.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Alan, you reach open to grab the handle on the book door. It opens up. As soon as the handle pushes down and you pull open the door, your hearing goes deaf as there is a sound. Everybody just like there's a flash of light. I need you to roll a dex saving throw.
Oof.
It's actually just Alan.
Well, I'm gonna lucky because I rolled a 1, and I've now rolled a crit.
Oh, crit? Alright. That's 20 force damage
Okay.
with a crit. As soon as you open the door, there's just a blank wall
Did we lose the pencils?
and an explosion of force that sends you flying into the mirror. You hit the mirror with insane force, slide down, as the door that is open just opens onto a stone wall.
Wow. Not the right order, I guess.
Well, does anyone want to try another door?
There's nothing on the ceiling or anything, or any kind of.
Roll a perception check.
18.
There's nothing on the ceiling, but as you, I mean, Alan like hits the mirror at like this insane force, like Dragon Ball Z level force, and then there's just this as he hits the ground. You do notice the mirror behind you did not shatter.
Huh.
Can I look in the mirror and I walk over to the door. Does the door look like it's 30 feet away, looking at it in the mirror?
Yeah, it looks
Okay.
mirrored. You see yourself, and you see the door that is open.
I try opening
Mirror.
the tiny door in the mirror.
Okay, you try. Your hand kind of hits the mirror. Nothing happens.
I look to make sure no one was looking at me and feel shame.
Can I investigate the mirror and see if there's anything that I noticed that's off about it, or it's,
Yeah, sure. Roll an investigation check. Or perception. Either or.
that's a 12.
You don't seem to see anything different.
Yeah, can I like kind of bang on it to see if it's like if there's any wobble to it, as if it's like real flat, and give, is it hollow?
There's a definite wobble to it, but as far as hollow, it doesn't really seem like it's hollow. It seems pretty solid.
Let's see. Hey, who's got like flame resistance? Quincy, Terrence, you both do, right?
Yes.
One of you want to open up the sun one? Get your ass blasted by some fireball or some shit? I think this might be a trial and error thing.
Could we mage hand open the door?
No.
If you do you want to mage hand open the door?
I can't. I don't have mage hand.
Right now, as far as I know. Do we have any other books that we picked up earlier?
I think so. Well, I mean, yeah, we have a number of books.
The only thing I can think of that might be helpful is the Manual of Senses, which temporarily gets rid of your main sense and gives you another one. So maybe that's some sort of... You'll see something that we don't currently see or something, I don't know. But slim chance.
You want to try it?
Sure.
Okay. You bring out the manual of senses, you put your hand on it. Your sight immediately fades away. And you get like daredevil sense. It's like tremor sense up to 40 feet. Anything that's moving in like that sense, you can kind of feel the vibrations of. You kind of like ask everybody to stay still. You can see the outlines of everybody that's staying still. As far as behind the doors, each one of the doors, besides the book, seems to have a entryway behind it. But it's hard to see.
Beyond that.
Yeah.
Okay.
About the mirror.
The mirror is just a wall.
That's what it feels like.
Okay. Seems like any of these other doors might be a better pick.
I'm saying, Terrence, you should mage hand the sun.
Okay. I'll take a look at the journal one more time and see if, like, the order of his expeditions, the different realms.
The order of the expeditions were
Hades Abyss. But that's what we used on the throne.
Yeah.
The order of the expeditions were Hades, Abyss, Limbo, Arborea, Beastlands, Vitopia, Mount Celestia, and Mechanis.
Like, none of those really sound like water or an alien.
Yeah, it's like Arborea sounds like plants. Alright. Which door was all the way on the left?
Sun.
Which one was what?
All the way on the left.
All the way on the left.
So the sun, wasn't it?
Oh, this PDF needs hyperlinks. Yeah, all the way to the left was the sun, book, glacier, moon, cloud, person, like the alien thing, and river.
Alright. Terrence will stand back and mage hand open the sun door.
Yeah, I'll get far away from it.
Okay. You guys press against the mirror. How far away are you?
Terrence will be against the mirror. So just just as far as he can reach.
Everybody else?
Yeah, I'm like 25 feet away from the door.
Middle of the room, Riot Shield of Galifar.
I'm behind Alan.
About Quincy.
Same as before. Just like against the mirror, I guess.
Okay. You mage hand the sun door. The handle opens. You pull it. Kind of like creaks against the stonework, and the hinges seem to be rusted. But it looks like it leads into a hallway that goes into darkness.
Alright. No trap. Suppose we shall just have to continue.
Light this pupper up or stealth in? What are we thinking?
Yes, let's just proceed carefully.
Alright, I can't see, so I'm gonna hold somebody's hand.
Yeah, give me a marching order. Everybody's going to the sun door.
I can't see either.
Terrence, can you check for traps?
Yes. You can light it up too.
Okay.
But Terrence has dark vision. I guess I'll check the hallway for traps.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
24.
You don't seem to see anything out of the ordinary besides just this kind of long hallway that kind of fades into darkness.
I guess we'll go in. Terrence will lead.
Okay, give me a marching order. Terrence first.
I guess I go second.
I'll hold down to Quincy.
Okay. Terrence, Quincy, Bolstar, Alan.
Yep.
Okay. You guys all closely go to the sun door. As the hallway just kind of descends into darkness. As soon as you step in, everybody, the door slowly creaks behind you and closes. You're all in darkness. It's all just masoned stonework until eventually, Terrence, you get within your. It's just kind of fades into darkness until you get to the very edge of your dark vision. You can see the hallway ends into another simple latched door.
Alright. I suppose I'll just check that one for traps too.
Okay. You can perception or investigation.
Natural 20.
You don't seem to see any traps on it.
Alright, I will open it.
You open the door. Light kind of filters in. You open the door very slowly. It looks like a wide room. The first thing you see is a giant mirror in front of you. So you kind of look out, and it looks like the mirror is reflecting 7 doors on the side that you just exited out of.
Is the throne still there? Does it look like the same damn room?
The throne is still there.
So what?
So we just, is it exactly the same room or is it mirror image or what?
There's a giant mirror in front of you. It seems like a mirror image at first, but as you kind of get your bearings, you notice that the door that you exited out of has a moon on the door.
Is that door all the way on the left or have we popped out in the middle?
You have popped out in the middle.
And the moon is in the same place that it was in the original room?
It seems like that. Moon was in the center in the original room.
Okay.
Try a different door.
So
We should make like a little teepee of rocks or something.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like test this out and make sure it's actually the same place. Did we take any turns down the hall, or we just go straight?
You never took a single turn. It was completely straight.
Drop a piece of coal on the ground.
Like in the middle of the room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we gonna run back to the original room?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. Back down the same hallway?
Yeah.
Okay. You all turn around, go back down the same hallway. Again, you've reached another simple door, no markings. Open it up. Mirror facing you, and there's a single piece of coal in the middle of the room.
Okay.
Gotta find the right door. Glacier?
So is the book door still open with a brick wall?
Oh, yeah. It's still partially open, and there's just like a stone wall behind it.
Okay. Yeah, alright. Should we mage hand the glacier door?
Let's do it.
So can we check one more thing? Can we open the moon door and walk through that way? Like make another circle?
Is that what you want to do? Is everybody going?
Sure.
That's a good idea.
Okay. Same marching order?
Yeah.
Okay. Terrence touches the moon door, opens it up. It is a hallway that descends into blackness.
Yeah, I mean, go through and see if we come out the same sun door again.
Okay. Everybody kind of stays in the same marching order. You continue down for a little while until you reach a plain-looking door.
Open that door.
Yeah, I'll open it.
You open the door. You see a large mirror reflecting 7 doors.
Okay.
And we came out the sun.
What's above the door we're looking at? We came out of.
There is a sun.
Gotcha. Confirmed.
Okay, so we've gone through this both ways twice.
Now, one of us has to stay while the others go and see if they're in the same room.
Yeah, I think so. It's like the last thing to check.
I'm not doing that.
Let's just split up the party, 2 and 2.
Can you leave your little friend here? What's his face?
Yeah,
Fire,
I guess
fire guy.
Yeah. Alright, I'll call up Relay, have him sit down on top of the coal.
Okay. Then which door do you pick?
The sun.
The sun? Okay. You tell Relay to sit and stay. The little fire elemental sits on the little coal. The coal immediately begins to kind of char, begin to flame up. Okay, so I'll go through the sun door. Keep going down this dark hallway. The door, until at the very end of that hallway, there's another plain-looking door.
Open the door. Go inside.
Okay. Terrence opens the door. He sees that there's a small piece of coal sitting in the very center of the room with the throne of book. As he kind of like peers out and looks, he does not see Relay, but he looks all the way to the right and he sees Relay is right at the crack of the door just waiting. As soon as the door kind of creaks open, Relay sees Terrence looking at him. Relay kind of jumps and then rushes back over to the coal and sits back down.
Okay. Alright. So we've pretty well confirmed that these 2 doors are connected.
Can you ask him how long we were gone? Can you talk
I
to
don't know
him?
if
Does he talk?
there's not any sort of like direct communication.
Yeah, I kind of see through them.
It's just kind of empathy.
Yeah, like I kind of wanted to stay blind and just like keep going through Relay senses as I was going through the tunnel.
Okay. Yeah, you did that. Relay still has his own like initiative, like what he wants to do. You see Relay as soon as the door closes. You feel empathy of Relay being worried. Relay runs up to the door that you came or that you went into. He's very, very worried. And then you exit out of the moon door. And he sees that you were looking through him or looking at him through your eyes. He gets worried and then jumps back to the coal and trying to pretend nothing ever happened. Like he was trying to follow your orders.
So sweet.
Alright, this checks out.
Glacier door.
Same deal, Glacier door.
Yeah, step back, mage hand open it.
Same marching order?
Yeah.
Okay. You open the glacier door. Same thing. Hallway, descending into darkness.
Let's just do it.
Yep.
You guys continue down till you find another plain-looking door.
I'll check the door for traps though.
Okay. Roll investigation or perception, whatever you want.
13.
You don't seem to detect any traps.
Okay, open it up.
You open it up, you see a mirror. There you see a small piece of coal. And as soon as you open up the door, you see Relay hop from the glacier door back to the coal door. Or back from the glacier door back to the coal. Seeing you as you have exited out from glacier. And you went into glacier and you came out of river.
Okay, so we got some opposite action here. sun and moon, ice and water, phases. And we had
Alien cloud.
and cloud.
Sun, book, glacier, moon, cloud, alien, river.
And book was a big punch to the chest.
Go into cloud.
Cloud sounds good to me.
Yeah. Same thing. Stand back, mage hand, cloud.
And you open up cloud. Hallway into darkness.
Alright, well, let's go.
Proceed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You go down that dark hallway for a little while until you find a plain door at the very end of the hallway.
Trek for chaps. 27 to check for traps.
You don't seem to get any traps from this door.
Okay, I'll open it.
You open the door. There is a large mirror that greets you. However, this time you have come out of the cloud door, or you went into the cloud door and you have come out of the glacier door.
Mm-hmm.
Well, does that mean we should try the river one then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. So,
Okay.
cloud came out of the glacier.
Yes, you went into cloud and you came out of glacier.
We went into glacier and came out river. So we go in river and see what happens.
Yeah.
Double check river. Okay.
Okay, going into river.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you open the door, Terrence?
Same thing, stand back.
Mage hand the door.
Yeah.
Mage hand the door. Hallway descends into darkness.
We go in.
You go in. The hallway continues for a little while until you reach a plain door at the very, very end.
I'll open it.
You open it. There is a large mirror that is greeting you, and you see you're coming out of the cloud door.
So the only one that we've not interacted with is the humanoid,
Yep.
right?
We also haven't. Oh, never mind. Yeah, we have.
Yeah, it's the only one left.
Okay.
Maybe we gotta like go in a certain order. You know what I mean? There's like it's redundant to go in the sun and the moon. But I don't know. Maybe we go in the glacier that takes us out to river. The
Maybe.
river takes us to cloud.
Let's
Maybe it's
try-
got to be in a sequence.
We should try the one that remains.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Alright, let's try the same thing for the humanoid figure.
Mage hand?
Yes.
Okay. You mage hand the alien door, right?
Yeah.
Opens up into a dark hallway.
We go in.
Okay. You go in. As soon as you go in, you the door closes behind you, leaves you in darkness until you go down the hallway and you see another plain door.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll open it.
Okay. As soon as you touch the door, all of the darkness begins to coalesce around all of you.
Shit.
I need everybody to roll a charisma saving throw, please.
I failed.
Anybody get below a 15?
Oh yeah.
23.
I got a 15.
Also
Okay.
15.
Alan Greenspan's the only person that failed.
Yeah.
Alan, I need you. Who is the person that was in front of and behind you? You were the last person, right? Who was in front of you? Ballstar?
Yes.
Alan, you
No,
have
Quincy.
this.
No, you were behind me.
Okay.
Behind
Yeah,
Quincy?
that's right. That's
Wait.
right. That's right. I'm in front of Alan. That's right.
Okay. Alan, you have this just necessity to grab the person in front of you. I need you to roll a contested strength check against Ballstar.
Oh, damn.
18.
4.
All of a sudden, with no real, there's no like there's nothing that happens that really does this. All of a sudden, Alan just gets this urge. You just bear hug Ballstar in front of you, and you have this urge to slam into the wall. You slam into the wall as hard as you can, and slowly your shoulder gets sucked in as you see tendrils come out from the wall, begin wrapping around your face and your arms and around Ballstar.
Jeez.
Ballstar's kicking, but he just hasn't grappled. Alan doesn't do anything. He's just silent. But you can hear Ballstar just start screaming.
I was holding Ballstar's hand.
Yeah, immediately you feel him tug into the wall. You look back, tendrils, Alan with this large, creepy grin is just fading into the brickwork as tendrils are wrapping around his face, into his nose, and into his mouth. You see more tendrils begin to wrap around Ballstar.
How big is this hallway we're in?
It's about the same size as the other ones. It's maybe like 40, 50 feet long. It's only about 5 feet wide.
Oh, shit.
Terrence would like to cast a spell.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll cast Mordenkainen's Earthen Grasp.
Okay. It's going to be against Alan, right?
And that's to basically grapple Alan to stop him from proceeding into the wall.
Okay.
So let's see. Hopefully that's level 2. Maximilian Earthen Grasp. Okay. Strength save against my DC, which is 19.
That's you, bub.
Strength save. Natural 1.
Whoa.
Alan is almost completely enveloped. The opposite side of the wall, where it looks like the shadows have parted to like the sea almost, to like coalesce on one side. You see this Terrence puts out his fist really quick, just this grabs, and you see that just this facsimile of Terrence's hand rip out of the other side of the wall and grab Alan Greenspan's face as he's almost completely slipped into the inky blackness.
So, does Alan still have me pretty good? Or am I in
Alan
the wall?
still has you grappled, but Terrence has Alan grappled?
By the face.
Quincy,
Right,
quick,
this
grapple
giant
Terrence!
stone hand.
You grapple
So
me,
he's-
I'll
yeah,
grapple him.
he's
I
grappled
grapple
now.
you.
And I guess he's supposed to take damage. He's got to take bludgeoning damage here.
Yeah, do the bludgeoning damage.
And this. So it's 6 damage, 6 bludgeoning.
Slam! As the tendrils begin to try to pull Alan in, almost his whole body until he's almost like horizontal, like inside the wall. These tendrils are grappling. But you still have him by the face, and he has Ballstar by the chest. And you manage to kind of rip him out of the wall. Tendrils still like snapping as you're like grabbing him out of the wall. What do you do?
I open the door at the end of the hall.
This is concentration, so I'm just gonna keep him grappled. Quincy,
Okay.
thing.
Can your hand move, Chris? Can I, like, drag him?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think so. I think it's just like
yeah, it keeps him activated.
Sure.
And also, I can reach to another target. I can like change, like drop him and reach to a different target, but I don't want to.
I don't think a lot needs to be done. I think the giant hand rips both of you out of the shadowy, inky blackness of the hallway that you were like melding into. Alan is still trying his best to like wrench both of them free. Eventually, just like this giant hand molded out of the wall, just holding both of them. After like a minute or so, just struggling, everybody's real sweaty, it sucks. There's just like a tension has been released. All the tendrils just fade away. Alan, no longer do you have that like rigor mortis grin on your face, and you find yourself completely in control of your own faculties.
Holy shit, man.
I needed a hug.
You let go of Ballstar.
You gotta ask first.
Alan, all you saw was a hungry maw in the abyss, in the darkness. Something was trying to, like, drag you in. Like, this place you're in now, from what you saw, isn't on the place that you were when you entered the door. This is, like, another weird, like, bag of holding situation.
Okay.
Like you were like almost dragged into a place like beyond time and space.
Bag of digesting.
Let's get out of this hallway.
Yeah, what's in that door?
Who opens the door?
Mage hand, right?
Yeah, I guess try and mage hand. I don't know. Might not help, but try.
Do you want
Terrence is going to do mage hand.
to check for traps?
Yeah, I guess I'll try and see if, like, now that it's been set off, if it's done. If it's
Yeah, roll investigation check.
inactivated. That's a 16.
You do find small carvings of like scroll work along the door. However, they do seem to be inactive at this point.
Okay, I'll just open it.
Okay. The door opens and you're almost blinded by light. As the door opens into a glittering hall lined with veins of platinum and amethyst. The overhead crystals reveal 7 golden display cases. 2 18-inch cases surrounding 5... Oh, that's not right. 18 foot? That must be 18 foot. 2 18-foot cases surrounded by 5 6-foot cases. In the center of the room, you see a huge bag filled with a mountain of ancient silver coins. Along the wall opposite of the door is a large quote in a language that you don't quite understand.
Okay, we're in some sort of gallery.
So yeah, there's a whole bunch of like display cases, like Skyrim style. And there's a large bag of silver. On the far wall, there's a language you don't quite understand, written and inscripted in. What did you guys do with Enric? Is he still like back at the throne room, or what?
I mean, I would think he came with us.
I'll say he's still like at the elevator. I don't think he wanted to go in any of the doors. Otherwise, I would have had him roll for that bullshit, and that could have gone bad.
Right.
Yeah. But we should retrieve him then. We should go back and get him.
You going back through the hallway?
Yeah.
Okay, just Terrence?
I'll go with him.
Oh, man.
Terrence and Alan?
No, No, I guess we gotta go, right? We all gotta go. I'll go. Sure, I'll go.
Quincy, you staying? Are you going?
I guess I'll go. Don't split the party.
What's the marching order?
Same.
Yeah, same.
Terrence, Quincy, Ballstar, Allen.
Yeah.
Fine by me.
Okay. You see that you found some progress. You turn around, open that door, and you just get like this like shivering feeling again. You guys kind of walk slowly, carefully. This dark ass, creepy hallway. It wasn't creepy before. It's the same as the other ones. Just like this particular one, just like rubs you the wrong way. You walk 15, 20, 40, 55 feet. You reach a door at the end of the hallway that looks plain.
No inscription on this one.
You haven't really looked very hard.
Alright, I guess I'll check it.
No
25.
inscription on this door that you can see.
Okay. Opened up.
With your own hand,
Yeah.
open it up. Nothing happens. Big mirrored wall, the same 7 doors that you're used to.
Okay. Just gesture to Emmerich. Come with us.
Okay. Enric falls behind Alan. What the fuck? You coming out of other doors? What? Did you find something?
We found some more for your 20%.
Is it safe?
I would not use the word safe.
He kind of hesitates. Why do you need? Can't you just check it out yourselves?
There's a language we can't read and fabulous wealth.
Fine. I want to be in the middle though.
Okay.
Okay, excuse me.
Excuse yourself.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Gotta get in the middle of everybody. There. Are you safe? Or no?
Okay.
Let's go back down the hallway. Another 55 feet to another plain door. All darkness all around.
Okay, and check those runes again to see if they're still deactivated.
Okay.
18.
The runes still seem to be deactivated.
Okay, that's it.
You open up the door, back into the magnificent throne room. Or vault room, I guess. Display cases. Big silver pile of coins. As soon as that happens, Enric stumbles out. He goes, "You guys take me to the nicest places, yeah? Oh, this is fantastic!" He runs over to the display case and just begins, like, looking at all of them.
I don't advise touching. Can you read the lettering there on the wall?
He's about ready to touch one and stops. You point out the lettering. He goes, yeah, actually I can read it. It is in Infernal, a strange language. It says, to find your direction, consult your reflection.
Is there a mirror in this room too?
No mirror.
So there's just a bunch of display cases and a pile of silver.
Yep.
Well, is there anything in the display cases?
There are. Enric seems to be particularly fixated with one of these display cases, which is a single eyeglass on a velvet pillow. As he kind of inspects it closer, he sees tiny alchemical symbols etched into the surface. What do you guys do? Do you look at all the display cases?
Yeah, I want to see
See a
them.
guard?
Yeah, I'll definitely poke around.
Look in some display cases.
You find in one of the cases there is a glossy ebony staff carved with intricate and complex nature symbols. There is a giant thigh bone that takes up most of the case. It is bleached white, and the thinner part is wrapped with a worn leather. There is the single eyeglass on a velvet pillow that Enric was looking at. There's a purple crystal wand with hairline cracks running down the side that sparks every once in a while. There's a large leather-bound tome with a strange symbol on the cover. The pages inside seem to be thick. The title reads First Try. There is a long silk headband dyed red with blue splotches in the shape of eyes. And then there's a small silver necklace made up of different silver tongues welded together on silver chain.
Wow.
And then a pile of silver.
In a giant pile of silver.
Okay. Is there any reflective material in the room?
Besides the silver and the glass that's on the display cases, nothing you can see.
Okay. And what was the translation again? Just
To
Find
find
your
your direction, consult your reflection.
Are there any other doors that lead out of this room?
No? Nothing you can see.
Okay.
Enric is going from case to case, just like not touching, but like looking very closely. Kind of like rubbing his tiny little goatee.
Anything you recognize?
I do not recognize any of them, but all of them seem like good prizes. If I'm to take two, I might as well take from this room, yeah?
Perhaps.
So are the display cases open or are they enclosed? in
They are
glass?
closed, it seems. Each one of them has a small little lock mechanism.
Alright, I want to kind of like, what shape are these display cases? Are they
Like large, like jewelry boxes almost. Like two of them are very large. The rest of them are about 4 to 6 feet.
Okay. I'd like to start just kind of circling them and just paying attention to what I see in the reflections.
Okay. Terrence specifically, as soon as you kind of like circle and go through all of them, as soon as you're near that silver, you see your gauntlet kind of not activate, but that little eye that was once the heart of the dragon that's like in the center of your the top of your hand just like ignite, and you get a feeling of anxiousness when you're near that silver. You feel that whole gauntlet just kind of light up with warmth, and you just feel anxious around the silver.
Okay.
Can I check out that nature staff thing? Like the nature symbols or whatever?
The
Oak
glossy ebony staff,
Yeah.
for sure.
Is it all locked up?
Oh,
It is all locked up in one of the larger cases.
Yeah.
I gotta go to bed.
This is probably a good point to end for tonight.
For sure.
It's a good place to pick up next time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Thank you guys.
I feel like we're in a Resident Evil game. It's cool.
This is a weird one. It kind of feels like this one's written by like a 14-year-old. It's like, oh, pick this door, it's fine. Pick this door, and it's instant death. Or just somebody who just played it in the 70s and never played any other editions of it.
Sure.
I highly recommend everybody check out at least one video of Red Letter Media Best of the Worst.
Okay.
For sure.
Specifically, you got to look for the Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Hard ticket to Hawaii.
It's just like it's 3 movies. It's Hard Ticket to Hawaii, The Miami Connection, and another one.
Are they linked together or something?
They pull out missile launchers out of nowhere. There's a skateboard assassin who gets blown up by a bazooka. There's giant snakes. It's just like the best 80s movie. Just, it's stupid. And then Miami Connection is a movie made by an immigrant from like Thailand who came over to America, like in real life, and he just wanted to spread his message of brotherhood and friendship and loyalty and martial arts. So he made this movie, the Miami Connection, where they are all in a band called Dragon Sound in the 80s, where like it's just like mullets and mustaches, and there's multiple songs that they wrote for this movie. The songs are called like Endless Friendship and Against the Ninja. Both of them are super catchy, and it's the entire song in the movie, but like it's all about loyalty and friendship, and each one in the band are taekwondo masters, black belts, where they have to fight ninjas, and the last quarter of the movie is just this fucking ridiculous gore fest. So it's like brotherhood and muscles and friendship, and then it just everybody fucking dies.
Sounds
You
weird.
gotta look up that Red Letter Media one. It's so fucking good.
See you later.
I'll put the link to one of the songs in the group.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I've had it stuck in my head. Against the ninja. It's so good.
Yeah, man. Shoot it over.
Anyway, I'll catch you guys next week.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Good night.
Good
Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye.